Jimmy McAllister found the net. Goal for Wednesday.
Terrific goal by Sheffield.
Chris Waddle, is he going to have a crack?
Oh, he does, and he scores! Still Glenn Wheeler! Aidan Flint whacks the
Is there time for a winner?
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday Tie-Dye podcast. This is your watch-along for this afternoon's game as we travel to St Mary's to take on Southampton. Kudos to all the fans that have made the 8-hour round trip down to the South Coast today. Incredible support as always. Thanks to everyone that's joining me this afternoon. How are you all feeling? Are you confident that we can do something this afternoon? Look, Southampton are in poor form at the moment. You know, all right, they did pick up a win in midweek, but no manager at the moment either. They've got rid of Will Still. Can we capitalise on this? You know, if there's a good time to play Southampton, maybe that would have been last week, but you know they're not doing great. Their confidence won't exactly be sky high, will it? So yeah, can we get something from Southampton? I mean, you know, we on the other hand, how did we not win that game on Wednesday? You know, without stating the bleeding obvious in that we didn't score more goals than Norwich. We had chances, didn't we? Jamal Lowe had a glaring chance, and then we get the sucker punch with that equaliser. Still so many positives to take. 28,000 fans inside the ground as well. Bonfire night, a night match. Still, the fans turned up in their numbers. Also as well, what did you make to the Trust Q&A on Thursday night? We had Chris Wigfield, we had Chris Turner, Keith Hackett, Terry Curran, Roger Wilde as well. Great to speak to all of those. So yeah, what did you make to what was said? You know, Chris Wigfield saying basically they've projected that we've got enough money now for between now and January. Obviously, we do still need to turn up to the games. We do still need to do all that stuff. But they've projected that we should be all right as well. And apologies that the stream ended at the end. Hopefully, you caught the tweet that I put out when Ian was talking about that £1 million that a fan has put forward, basically. So yeah. Let me know what you thought of that Q&A session as well. I just want to say, I was told the day before, so on the Wednesday, I was like, "Oh, can you interview the guests?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing the stream." Like, I know, but you'll be better at it than us. I was like, right, fair enough. So didn't have much preparation time, and I was shitting my pants a little bit because it's, you know, we come on here, I do this, you know, we just sat in front of nobody, but then to be sat in front of an actual live audience, it's a little bit different as well. But I thought I did all right. Who have we got in here? We've got Johnny that's here. We've got Chris. Afternoon all. 3-1 Owls today. The boys will produce the goods. Nat fancies a draw. Melissa says, come on Wednesday. Would love a Wednesday win today. Yes. Chris says Shea Charles out with a hammer, and he also says fingers crossed it was the Waltons that was shown around the other day. Yes, there was. Chris did confirm that at least one interested party had been shown around the training ground, had been shown around Hillsborough as well. So it's getting closer, isn't it? It's getting closer to that point where we're perhaps going to find out who that preferred bidder is. We don't know. We have no idea who it is. And of course, we cannot speculate. Remember, we cannot speculate on who these owners may be because it's damaging the, it might put them off from actually becoming owners of Sheffield Wednesday. But anyway, Morty's in here. He says, could do with a win, but will take a draw away at Southampton. Was so unlucky not to take the win against Norwich. Yeah, I was saying to Steve, father-in-law I sit with on Wednesday, and my dad, actually, I took my dad on Wednesday as well. Darryl, who I sit next to, he couldn't make it, so my dad will, out for now. Do you know what I mean? When I tell my dad you're good at match for, I've got a free ticket, he was there like in a shot. But I was just saying how you look at these three games. We had Norwich, and we've got Southampton, and then we've of course got the Steel City derby after the international break. Three teams that before the Norwich game were all down there, 23rd, 22nd and 21st. And I was thinking, we had a draw against West Brom. I'm like, if we could pick up a win against Norwich, and then if we take a draw this weekend, you're heading into that, that Steel City derby on a 3-game unbeaten run. We picked up another win as well, and we'll be feeling quite positive. But alas, obviously that wasn't to be. But we did pick up a draw. Maybe we could pick up that win this afternoon. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Morty says, it was a good stream. Some interesting stuff came of it. Ozzy says, hey up, pal, remember me from West Brom match? I'll say, yeah, Ozzy, mate, like, it's just all a bit of a blur, to be honest. Morty said, I think we'll come good for the Blades. All being well, the EFL allows us to have some signings. Yeah, I know there has been some rumours of a couple of people that might be coming in, which... Look, we just need bodies, don't we? We just need some bodies in there, because at the moment we haven't got many players at all, have we? So any players will definitely be welcome. That's for sure. Let's just go through the starting lineup then. Let me just get that changed. Let's have a look. There we go. Let's bring up that Sheffield Wednesday lineup first. So 2 changes that Henrik's made. Ethan Horvath in goal, Liam Palmer, Dom Iorfa and Max Lowe. Sean Fisher, Barry Bannon, I'm going to get it right one day, Jan Valery and Harry Amass. And then we've got Ingleson alongside Charlie McNeil and Bailey Cadamarchi. Obviously no space for Jamal Lowe and no space for Ike Ugbo, both dropped to the bench after Wednesday's game. So are you happy with that? Yeah, I am personally. I think... Ugbo's not done anything, has he, really? He's had a couple of decent chances to score, and he just hasn't done that, has he, really, at all. Jamal Lowe, all right, he has got a couple of goals this season, but he has to be burying that one the other day, doesn't he, really, against Norwich. And I just think it's a bit fresh legs, isn't it? As Morty said, fresh legs. It's a bit of it's another opportunity for those young lads. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but St Mary's looks like a fairly big pitch. Maybe some chances to get in behind. Maybe Henrik's seen some weaknesses in Southampton and how we can get at them. I can see us playing a bit of a low block and trying to actually get in behind. And Cadamarchi, and you'd like to think Cadamarchi and McNeil have got more pace than what Jamal Lowe and Ike Ugbo have got. So yeah, I'm more than happy with that starting lineup. To be fair, again, there's not much you can do, is there, really? In all the other positions, it's pretty much by default until we get the likes of Nathaniel Shalabar back, Piers Charles comes back as well, Dishon Bernard, whenever he's ever going to come back. Will he ever pull on another blue and white shirt for Sheffield Wednesday? Who knows? But yeah, there's lots to have done. Let's have a look at the Southampton lineup then, if we can. I've no idea how many changes they've made. They've got Bazunu, Stevens, Wood, Harwood, Bellis, Manning, Yander, Downs, Fellows, and they've got Zaz, Cienza and Armstrong leading the line there, number 9. So yeah, I'm not sure how many changes they've made, if any, from their last game. Let me have a look. I've got their previous lineup up. I can have a quick scan. It looks like they're pretty much unchanged, to be honest. Robinson for Azaz is the only change that they've made. So one change for Southampton, 2 changes for us. Let's have a look if there's more comments. Chris Wilde says Ugbo and Lowe can be on half-time orange duty. Yeah, I'm sure they'll come on at some point as well in the second half. We'll have to see. Nat says Cads looked good on Wednesday night. Yeah, agreed. He's another one that needs a goal, though, doesn't he? He needs... It was his last one, Wrexham, I want to say, away from home. He needs to get a goal for his confidence as well. Ozzy says, apparently Terry Curran is putting a bid in on Monday and Crystal Palace owner is interested in the club. Yeah, that was that Roger Wilde that said that Terry Curran was putting a bid in on Monday? Yeah, that was a bit tongue-in-cheek. Now, any word when Brown's back? Wasn't it, I want to say it was like 5 or 6 weeks, and he's been out for 3 3 or 4 weeks now. So yeah, I would have thought kind of. I don't think he probably won't be fit enough for the Steel City derby, but yeah, I've not heard anything. To be fair, we've seen Shalabar training. As to how near he is, I would have expected him to come back. Same with Piers Charles as well. I think he said in an interview from the open training session that he's not going to be end of this month, which means again he'll not be back for the Steel City derby, which is a bit of a shame. Morte, we have a team capable of beating anyone. We just need extra experience to get over the line. It's just that playing the same players week in, week out. I mean, if one thing is you'd like to think that they get to know each other and they should know each other like the back of each other's hand. But it's that tiredness as well. Again, you've got to remember, other than Cadamartri and McNeil, the other 9 players, all right, goalkeeper doesn't exactly do much running around, but the other 8 outfield players have played pretty much, all of both the last 2 games. They might have had a 5 or 10 minutes rest here because I think we make changes on 80 minutes. I think it was against Norwich. We left it quite late, or that might have been the game prior to that against West Brom. But we're leaving it late to make the changes because he clearly doesn't trust some of the youngsters, or certainly, I think it's more to the fact that we've been in every game. Had we been 2 or 3-0 down, I would have thought he would make the changes fairly soon. But then again, that's kind of counterproductive because you've got players coming in, youngsters coming in a team that's not doing very well. So, Jack can't drop. I'm guessing that's Horvath that you're trying to spell there, Jack. Well, you haven't got anyone else to put in, have we, really? Morty asked him at the open training, and he said another month and he will be back. I'm guessing that's going to be for Piers Charles, I would have thought. Nelson says, shout out to Lola. James, do you know when Charles is due back? End of the month, I think, is Charles. Chris says, I'd like to get Bruno get some minutes. When I put it out the other day as well, like, at what point do we have to kind of look to some of these youngsters, the youngsters that did ever so well against Bolton, Leeds, and Grimsby as well. Those players, I know we saw, we've seen Brown get been thrust in there. Obviously, he's picked up an injury. Ernie Weaver, another one that got chucked in there. He's out injured as well. Maybe, I suppose, he's just from a duty of care point of view. We didn't want to chuck any more in because they might be suffering the same consequences. James, yeah, I'll give you a shout out as well, James. No problem. I've read out one of your comments, James. You can't come at me anymore for not reading them out. I have certainly read at least one out. We're just 12, 13 minutes away from kickoff this afternoon. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to give you a few stats. Start with Southampton. They've failed to score in half of their home games so far this season, conceding an average of 1 goal in their in their opening 6 home games of the season. They have failed to win 6 times so far after taking the lead, and they're also going to have to do this today, as someone already mentioned, without Shea Charles. Yeah, he's picked up a hamstring injury. He missed the game in midweek. I think he missed the game at the weekend as well. So, he's going to be out for a while. And speaking to Glenn, the Southampton fan, and Martin, I nearly called him Russell then. I did call him Russell Martin. I realised that is their former manager, not him, who's Martin. But anyway, that's by the by. They're going to have to do it without Shea Charles. But he was saying how well he has been this season, and we kind of knew that, didn't we? Really, how well he was for us last season. It's no surprise how well he was doing for Southampton as well. I think he was the only player that had played every single game as well, up until the point being getting injured. So Southampton playing a bit of a settled side is a bit of a shock. Obviously, they haven't got a manager, they haven't got a full-time manager. It's their interim manager that's taking charge, who looks very similar to the guy who used to do Soccer AM as well. Not Tubes, one of the other kind of, not Rocket either. I forget his name. You'll know when you see him. He looks very, very similar to that one. As for us, we're heading to a ground that we have never won at, ever. When was it built? 2001, I want to say, St Mary's, but we have never won there. Our last win on the road against Southampton came way back in 1997 at the Dell. I was talking to Martin, the Southampton fan, and I was pointing out that day we won 3-2. The goal scorers for Southampton, David Hurst and Carlton Palmer, which just seeing David Hurst in that red and white Southampton kit with the Sanderson logo as well, just didn't look right, did it, at all? But yeah, that was our last win. So we haven't ever won at St Mary's. I know kind of last season and the season before we kind of ticked off a few, didn't we? I know Derby was one that we'd never won at. We managed to do that. And there was another one that we'd never, a ground that we'd never won at as well, that we managed to sort out. But the name eludes me at the moment. We are also on a current 2-game unbeaten run. It is 2 draws, but look, let's take it. We can spin the stats however we want to spin them, and we'll just say we're on a 2-game unbeaten run. However, it does also mean, because they are 2 draws, that it's 8 games now without a win. But the last and only win of the season did come on the South Coast. Remember, Portsmouth away, that fantastic free kick by Barry Bannon, and then George Brown, the goal where the defender went down injured and we didn't stop play, which they got mightily pissed off about as well. So yes, Match just texted me, what's it, 900 short of selling out today apparently. Yeah, I mean, it's a great effort though. Great effort to get so many down to the South Coast, which is a real good effort. I think also as well, we would normally sell out everywhere, but I think people have just spent all the money on the merchandise, the shirts. I saw so many people wearing that £90 training jacket that it does look really nice, but bloody hell, £90. It's a bit minty, isn't it? I saw loads of people at the Trust Q&A wearing that, which, yeah, they do need to kind of sort out the prices. The thing is, if it was Adidas or Nike, it still doesn't really justify it, but I think people would be more inclined to pay it. Let me get in the middle. It's annoying me that I'm not in the middle of the box. Let's see if there's any more. James says, thanks for asking my question at the forum to Chris. Not a problem, James. There was a lot of questions. If you did submit a question and I didn't ask it, apologies, but obviously we were kind of limited with time and things, but I just tried to pick out some of the best ones. Jack says, can we get Mark the Pittsmore Owl and Stu as regular callers on the podcast? Well, we do the debate show every Wednesday night. I know there wasn't one this week, so obviously we had the match, then we had the Trust Q&A, and I could have done it on Tuesday, but I think my missus would have killed me. But anyway, but they're more than welcome to come up on the debate show. I'm sure they've got Twitter. They can come and join. They can have a chat. We can as can everyone else as well. You can come up and let's discuss anything to do with Sheffield Wednesday. James says, we made Shea the player he is. Funny he wasn't injured with us. Chris says Adam Smith. Yes, Adam Smith. That's he does work on Sky Sports News. What was his nickname? He was always dressed as like a baby, weren't he, or something like that. Or they always had a baby bottle or something. But yeah, he does look like him, doesn't he? What is his name? The Southampton interim manager. It was actually at Barnsley as well when I was looking, and it was at whichever club Patrick Vieira managed as well as the assistant manager. Tonda Eckert is the interim manager. So you'll see him. He looks exactly like the guy from Soccer AM. Baby Elvis, says Chris. That is it, Baby Elvis. He does look like him, doesn't he? I'm sure he does. I think I'll just flash up the pre-show graphic. You won't be able to hear me, but I'll just show. It does, doesn't it? That is Baby Elvis. I mean, I don't think Baby Elvis is German, but anyway, I can just seeing the pictures of the away fans, the Wednesday fans down at St Mary's in the safe standing area as well. I hope they do put that safe standing in at Hillsborough. I know they talked about it, didn't they, in January, that infamous fans forum that lasted however many hours that one lasted. It lasted a long time, didn't it? But they mentioned putting the the safe standing in, obviously for obvious reasons. That never transpired, did it? But yeah, I do hope they put that in down at Hillsborough. T1 probably needs it, if we're being honest, and it'd be quite welcome there. And I think maybe a section of the Cop as well, if you had safe standing there. And I mean, look, just throwing it out there, I know some grounds have the quote unquote noisy section. I know Coventry have one in the corner, don't they, near the away fans. What would you say if we had something like that? Because I mean, the atmosphere on Wednesday night was decent, but it kind of had to be prompted. You know, we had to be told, like, oh, let's have a good atmosphere, because you know, some of the prospective buyers might be looking. Whereas we need that sort of atmosphere every single game, I feel. I know it's all down to like the results and the kind of the mood around the club, and which obviously hasn't been great, has it, for quite some time. But I never think that the atmosphere at Hillsborough is great at all. It's been good. You know, there's games where I think, yeah, that has been, you know, Arsenal in the cup is one, Newcastle in the cup, but they're all the games where we've been massive underdogs. Peterborough again in the playoff semi-final. Just as the players head out of the tunnel, wearing that training jacket that I was mentioning, the £90 training jacket. Chris has wore the trench coat and black wig. Yeah, Martin Webb up the Owls. I'm just going to crack the can open. Why not? You know, who's checking? Cheapo version as well, by the way. Tastes exactly the same. We're a couple of minutes away from kickoff. Get your predictions in. Get your predictions in the comments. What's the score going to be this afternoon? Do you know what? I've got a funny feeling. I'm being optimistic. I think we could beat Southampton, to be fair. I think it's the best opportunity we've got at beating them. I think we can do it. I think a 1-0. Nick a goal, frustrate Southampton. I think we just got to do what we did in the last two games, really. West Brom game, we frustrated. We didn't create too many chances in that one. Norwich, slightly different game. I mean, they were poor, weren't they, to be fair? Nat's gone with 1-1. Lucas has gone with 3-1. I hope that's 3-1 Wednesday, being the 3 being the away team. Dean's gone with 2-1 as well. I hope you're right. I hope you are all right. Let me just share the link on the socials. Try and get as many people in here as we possibly can. Always nice to have as many people in the chat. And there is going to be a minute's silence, so I will observe that minute's silence when the players do so on the pitch as well. Just as Baby Elvis and Henrik Pedersen walk over and lay the wreath down in the centre circle as well. There we go. The minute silence observed. Why is it as well that everyone claps after the last post? Like, why do they do that? Like, we know that that's not what you do. It goes straight into the minute silence. But anyway, observed impeccably. Apart from that. I think the Armed Forces Owls are at Hallam this afternoon. They're the match sponsor as well today, which is great to see. That's supporting some of the non-league sides as well in the area, which is always good. Mark says will be another tough one for the lads today. Most will be fatigued. I'll take a draw right now. Also, as well, just before we start, I've just been told off by the missus. Went to Asda early before we kicked off. Before I came on here, kids are going to do some baking, and I might have forgot the baking paper. A bit of a problem that in it, to be fair. But anyway, I'm doing this, and it'll all be solved by the time I've finished. So anyway, the players are just in a huddle. We're seconds away from kickoff. Southampton players are all ready, raring to go. We're keeping them waiting. I like that. Just showing you Bailey Cadamartri. Can he get a goal today? It'll do his confidence a world of good. Interesting to see how they line up as well. Whether he's going to be the focal point. I know I saw his dad tweeting at some point saying, I think someone criticised Bailey, and his dad was saying how he's not playing in his normal position. He's not playing in his, he's a 9, and he's not been playing there. So whether or not he's going to play a little bit further forward today, we'll have to see. Martin, can't they just use A4 paper instead? I'll not suggest that. We've kicked off. Let me bring the scoreboard up. Let's have which one shall we have? No, we'll not have that one. We'll have this one. There we go. It looks like we've won is it a corner that we've won? Or is it a throw-in? It will be a throw-in. Throw-in or would you prefer a throw-in or a corner? I mean, we're not really great from either, are we, to be fair? But obviously with that long throw that Ingleson's got, I don't think we utilise it as well as what we perhaps should. For me, you've got to have Damayofa at the front, ready to flick it on. Because as that throw comes in, it's just easy to deal with. We'll see this one. See if this one gets dealt with as easy as all the others do. He's got a long run up, and he fires it in, and it goes up to the edge of the 6-yard box. Bazunu punches it, and it's a shot from Barry Bannon. Not the same outcome as the one on Wednesday, as he spoons it well wide of the goal. Not really a chance, but yeah, I mean he's thrown that really on the penalty spot, really, in terms of distance. I know he's got a decent run. The actual run-off area at St Mary's is quite big. I know when you at Hillsborough, when he's thrown it from the North Stand side, he hasn't really got a run-up, has he? He's got like kind of a yard or so to actually get it. Whereas here, he has got a good chance of doing that. But for me, I think you've just got to, rather than try and throw it as far as you can, because he has to loop it so high in the air, for me, it's got to be shorter and just flick it on and then cause a bit of chaos. Because if not, the players are just, they can judge where it's going to go. The defenders can, the keeper can. It makes it so easy. Right, here we go. But Cadamartri puts it across the middle. Southampton deal with it. It's only as far as Ingleson. Oh. He's adjudged to have tackled the Southampton man. I didn't really see that, to be fair, but anyway. Oh, Bailey Cadamartri nearly gets there. Bazunu, learning from Ike Ugbo from last week, I guess. Southampton come away over halfway, and it's a bit of a counter-attack here on this left-hand side. It's a cross into the middle of the box. Get there, someone, please. They're trying to fashion a shot. They're on the edge of the box. We've defended well here. Get there. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. That's Horvath and Fizier just it's just total mix-up. It's an easy ball that's come in. And what if the keeper's got to come, he's going to have to get everything, ball and man and the lot, and he just does neither. And he gets in the way of Fizier, actually, and the ball pops up, and that could have been a goal. That could have been an own goal, and totally undeserved, because in this first couple of minutes, as Chris has said, it has been a decent start, but that was nearly an own goal. Southampton come forward once again. They've got the tails up a little bit early doors. On this right-hand side, Finazaz. Cross comes in, the ball's in the air, keeper comes, and he collects it. Martin says, it looks like keeper shouted, then didn't get it. I'm just going to see a bit of a replay of this now. The ball gets clipped in. He comes for it. It just comes and just doesn't even get there, does it? Like, you've got to just clear it. Like, I don't know. Anyway, Simon says, afternoon all up the owls. Yeah, afternoon to you as well. John's in the house. Afternoon, John. Nice to see you in here. Again, this is, I think I'm going to say exactly the same as I said against West Brom, really. It's one of those where we've got to just kind of stay in the game. It's a ball over the top, but it just skips off the surface, and McNeil's tried to get there, but it's just a little bit too far from him. But good idea, though. Like, I'm all for that. I'm all for those sorts of through balls. Let's get your hands off him. He's going to hit it with his left foot, is he? No, he don't want to shoot. No, Armstrong goes down. That is not a foul. Go on, play it down the line, Hamas. He does. Go on, Cads, run, chase. What's happened here? He's dived there. What do you think? Do you think he's dived? What about Armstrong here? Armstrong's gone down under a challenge of Iofa. Iofa goes for it, and then he kind of pulls his leg away, and Armstrong just goes down on the floor, claiming for a penalty. It's never been a penalty, but Alex Miller's on the commentary, and he was just asking there, where does looking for a penalty turn into simulation and diving? He's right, because he was definitely looking for it, but I don't think there was any contact. It perhaps looked like it was, but it's not. Look, it's not a penalty. We're still 0-0. We're all right, but it's a great point to make, and we've got to be careful of that. As Palmer brings down there, man. There's a couple of niggly fouls already at the moment. We need to be careful with these fouls, because the fouls are going to turn into yellow cards, and then you're on a thin ice then, aren't you, really? Martin Iofa left out a leg before turning. Armstrong's tried to win it, yeah. Do get in the comments, everyone. Let me know what you think of the game so far, and throughout the game as well. I will try. It's always nice to get other people's opinions on things, and I will read them out. Have we got out of our half in these last 5 minutes? We had a good little start, a good little spell, and then since then it's kind of kicked Southampton into gear a little bit, and we've been struggling. We're out of possession. It's clearly visibly a back five, and then a bank of five and a bank of four, and just leaving Bailey Cadamarteri up there by yourself. I don't want to say park the bus, but it's certainly quite evident that we are playing that, a solid back five, four in front, and then just leaving Cadamarteri to try and feed off the scraps up top. Looks a bit different now, though, as the ball's in Southampton's half. Amas has pushed up, and yeah, it's certainly not as simple as a 4-4-2. And there's so much space on this left-hand side. And the ball comes in, get there. That's in, isn't it? Is that in? It's a goal. Do you know what? There was so much space down that left-hand side. Sean Fagier has just not got across. And the ball comes in, it's deflected. I need to see that again. It's so disappointing. I'm just going to see the replay. Like I said, there's so much room on this left-hand side. Where the defence is, I have no idea. Oh, and it's a clearance from Liam Palmer that's just deflected off their man. And it's spooned up in the air. Oh, it's really unlucky. He's got a hand to it, and it's just gone through his hands, and he's tried to claw it away from the line, and I think the spin on the ball is just taking it through his hands, and thing is, the goal's quite fortunate in the way that it comes, but the amount of space on that left-hand side and how easy it was just to cut it back, and they had a raft of people on the edge of the box running in. We've just got to be better at defending. We just switched off. I've no idea who it was on that left. Was it Charlie McNeil that's not perhaps picked up his man on that right hand side, or I'm not sure. Or is it Palmer that's not come across? I don't know. Whoever it was, they were out of position, and yeah, a bit. It's very disappointing, really. We've got it all to do now, and Southampton come forward once again. Adam Armstrong strikes it with his left foot, deflected over the bar. That was nearly 2-0. We need to calm it down here. We need to just get a stranglehold of the game here. We need to just get a foot on the ball and get a bit of possession, because this game could easily start running away from us. They've just waltzed straight through, and Valerie's just watched him hit it. All right, Valerie's in the end got that block on it, which ultimately sends the ball over the bar. But got to be better. Got to be better. Cross comes in from the corner. It's a header. Out. It's cleared away, but it's going to be a foul. Not sure who that's against. Super Dugster says bugger. Dean says told lass on a scooter. I think you're referring to the the Southampton fan. I saw her when it were doing the minutes silence. What was she doing? Was she dancing? Gary says 7 a.m. in Pismo Beach, California. Thank you. Come on, you wizards. You can do it. Well, we're going to have to do it from a goal behind, Gary, as Pedersen's already 10 minutes in, frantically scribbling some words down on his piece of paper. Maybe that word might be possession or calm down, keep the ball, something like that. Johnny, are the players tired? Well, it would make sense, wouldn't it? Like 3 games in a week. There's only Cads and McNeil who haven't played pretty much every minute of those games. Martin, need to weather this storm. Agreed. They're going to have the tails up, and I think that is kind of like the blueprint for beating us, really, is go ahead early. And then we do tend to struggle a little bit, don't we, to come into it. I did mention at the top, though, they've failed to win 6 times this season after taking the lead, so they'll be looking to reverse that a little bit and kind of go for the jugular. And also, as well, we can't panic. If at 1-0 we are still in the game, if it gets to the 50, 60, 70 minutes, and it's still only 1-0. There's no need to panic. There's still plenty of time to get something. Mark, defending has been our biggest weakness this season. Hopefully the EFL can allow us to get some free agents in. We really need some depth. Yep, agree. I mean, at the back, you'd like to think that's it's okay when they've got the same people playing, but when the games are coming so thick and fast, it would be nice just to be able to have that option to rotate. You don't know how many players are playing through an injury as Ingleson comes forward. He's the furthest man forward. He gets wrestled off the ball, but he still keeps it. Go on, put it across, Ingleson. He does. Oh! Charlie McNeil has gone with his left foot. He ain't got a right foot, has he? He ain't got a right foot at all. it was a tough chance. The ball got fizzed across by Ingleson. He doesn't do gentle, does he, Ingleson? He has to fizz it across. I think he needed to get it past the defenders, but yeah, nowhere near McNeil in the end. But better, slightly better. Well, come on. Richard, enjoy the watch-along. Cheers. Come on, Wednesday. Thank you, Richard. Always nice to see people in here, as always. Callum looks like he's a Southampton fan that we've managed to drag along. I think as well, Valerie does well there, gets past two players when I thought he would lost it, just dilly-dallying on the ball. Southampton are trying to press us, and the intensity's there from Southampton, not giving us a minute on the ball at all. Harry Mass on this left-hand side. Can he get into the box? He can. He's only got... He crosses it in. It's a header from Cadamartre over the bar. Better. Much better. Half a chance, that. I didn't think that Hamas had a right foot, but he clipped that in with his right foot delightfully there. He clips it in, looking for Bailey Cadamartre, and just goes over the bar, which is unfortunate. Justin, hello from a Saints fan. Yeah, Justin, you've got the lead so far. How long will you keep it? Or will you extend that lead? We'll have to wait and find out. Iofa marauding forward here, plays it forward to Ingleson, who's it's just that pressure that Southampton aren't giving us any time on the ball whatsoever. As soon as we get it, we've got a man straight up his arse as the ball hits the ref, and they have to do that stupid roll the ball back to Southampton. I mean, this season's going to be difficult, isn't it? Even though Southampton are down where they are, it is just going to be really tough. And for us to get any sort of results, the problem I've got is how long does this carry on for? I mentioned it's 8 games without a win. If the scoreline stays the same, that's going to be 9. Then we've got the Steel City Derby coming up next, which I know's form goes out the window, but how many games does it go on where it were 10, 12, 14, 15 games we aren't winning? It can get quite draining. I know, obviously, behind the scenes and things, we're all excited, and obviously when the name gets announced, who the preferred bidder is, that'll give another boost certainly to the fans. But when we've been asked to turn up in our numbers and get down to Hillsborough and stuff, which people have been doing, there's going to become a point where people are like, well, we're just losing every single week, and it's a bit of a grind as Fellows gets through, and it says 2-0. That Bellows on this right hand side, we didn't touch him. We did not touch him. We let him run round us. He positioned himself in front of the 18-yard box. A lovely little through ball for Finn Azaz, and he doesn't need a second invitation, does he? Really, he's come back into the side, and he's just slotted it under Ethan Horvath. Very easy finish. Again, it's far too easy. You see, is it Ingleson just doesn't lay a glove on him, and Max Lowe is marking for Nazaz. Is he offside? I don't know. It looks close. Max Lowe's stepped up to play him offside, and I think it's Dom Iofa that might be playing him on, to be fair. Dear me. I'll read some of the comments. Justin, the Saints fan, we have the under-21 manager in charge, so I've got no idea how this is going to go. Well, Justin, I mentioned, are you going to extend your lead, or are we going to come back? It is 2-0, of course. Ben, games are only going to get hard with a quick turnaround with the festive period coming up after international break. Hopefully we can get a couple of frees in until January. And I love the watch-alongs, but I always end up 20 seconds behind or in front. Yeah, the 17:43 is the time. Well, you've got the time on there. That's slightly ahead of of my feed that I've got. Southampton Ball says, I'm a Southampton fan, but I've got a soft spot for Wednesday as one of my dad's teams, and I'm sad to see the state the club's in. Look, we're on the way up. Things are looking up for us now. Yes, we're in administration, but we've got rid of the parasite that is our former owner, and we're on the way up now. Martin, I imagine Saints fans might feel like the handbrake is off with the sacking of the previous manager. Richard, going to be a long day this. Johnny's already said it's game over, and attendances will drop after the United match. Dean, statues, a lot of them, there was a lot of static people there. Martin possibly offside, but we have got a corner. It's gone short. Come on, Fizier puts it in. Come on. Oh! Nearly a chance there. I think it was nearly an own goal from Stevens, who it kind of bounced off. Good response, this. Oh, he's got his feet all muddled up, and Bazunu were equal to it in the end. It looked like it was going to be just creeping in. It's just... Mark says, could get a thrashing here today. I sincerely hope we don't. Mark, definitely not. I didn't realise I've just had the Southampton lineup on there forever. I've now changed it. You've got our lineup, and you've also have the match stats as well. I'm learning. I'm still learning all of this, you know. Justin, I've hit the like button. Thank you very much, Justin. Yeah, smash a like if you are enjoying this watch along. Look, I'm said the watch along, not the result. I have no part to play in the 2-0 two goals that we've already conceded. As we go back, and Armstrong closes Horvath down, who just lifts it forward up to halfway, and it's just going to come straight back, and it does. Again, Bailey Cadamartri is not a hold-up striker, is he? He's not that target man that you need. That was George Brown that could do that. The ball goes up and it just comes straight back at us. I feel like that is going to be the theme for this afternoon, to be honest. Paul, this is where Wednesday going to struggle. 3-game weeks will kill this small squad. I mean, the only saving grace is that we do have that international break, but international break, normally you would use that opportunity, if players aren't on international duty, to work on things. But the players are that bollocks, I'd be resting him for a week, more than anything else. As Cadamartri does really well there to try and hustle and harry, but Southampton have managed to play it out of the back just about. Oh, it's too easy. This is the difference as well. Look at when we're looking at the difference of the squads there. This is like 3 or 4 passes, and it's been really slick stuff, and they still come forward, and it's a foul on the edge of the box. Like, this is the difference between a squad that's worth. I mean, let me have a. Again, I know the internet isn't gospel, but let's have a look how much transfer market. If I can spell. A quick break there, but just they knew where everyone was, and it looked like it was straight off the training ground, that one as well. Yeah, Southampton squad, again, according to Transfer Market, 189 million. It's absolutely no comparison, is it really, when you look at that? Like, I've got a 3-man wall, Ingelsson, Cads and Iorfa standing in it. Yeah, according to Transfer Market, they've got the second highest market value. We have the worst at 90, 10 times in terms of value. It just shows you the differences. I'm not making excuses, although it sounds like I definitely am. But when you look at that this is what we're up against, and that move there just showed you. It's a left-footed strike, and it's easy for Horvath to just collect and bowl it out to to Bannon on this left-hand side, who gets it to Ingelsson. Come on, can we fashion an attack? Goes out for a throw-in. Ben, loving the watch along, James. Nice to be able to interact with fans during a game and get your thoughts. Yes, by all means, ask me any questions you want. I'll try and answer them as best I can. Martin, who's going to play in midfield when Valerie's unavailable over Christmas? Martin, your guess is as good as mine. I think that's why they're trying to look for these free transfers, and I think that's the argument that they're going to give to the EFL, in that Valerie's not going to be here. We desperately need someone, so please let us sign someone. Because at the moment, I don't think under an administration, you shouldn't actually be able to sign someone. I think the difference is as well, we are that far adrift at the bottom. It's just about making it competitive. And then I suppose the other argument would be, as someone mentioned earlier, and I think I also alluded to it, the attendances are going to go down because we're just losing every single week, because we are competitive, but we're just not able to win any games. And it's only going to get worse, in my opinion. So their argument would be, we're just making the competition a bit of a joke, just getting battered or getting beat every single week. We're not getting battered every week. That's the wrong thing to say, but that could happen. As we get a bit further down the line, if we pick up more injuries and stuff like that, as Ingleson has a throw in about 18 yards out, similar to what he had in the first couple of minutes, and he throws it into the edge of the 6-yard box. It's nodded on to the back post. Nobody there though to finish it off. As Fizier just marshals the ball out for a throw-in on this far side. And it's quickly brought in. Come on, McNeil tries to get it across. It's going to be a corner. Gary, roll on 21st of November when people can start bidding for the club. Yeah. Richard, got to stop giving up 2 goals to start the game. Yeah, it makes it very difficult. Ben Arzy's £1.89, obviously in reference to the squad price. It does feel like £1.89, doesn't it? No slight on the players, of course, but it's just the situation that we find ourselves in. Justin, Southampton also have the second biggest wage bill, which is why we should be better. Yeah, agreed. But I mean, there's times though when. Obviously, I mentioned that when you had that very fast counter-attack, and it just showed the differences between the two squads, really. When we're trying to come forward, it looks very difficult and very like a lot of hard work to even advance 10 or 15 yards up the pitch. As Amas has it on the edge of the box, he's going to hit it. He is going to strike it. Get in! What a finish! Harry Amas with his left foot. Absolutely out of nowhere there. But, Harry Amas, what a player he is, on loan from Man United, of course. Comes forward with the ball, and just nobody came on him, so he thought, you know what, I'm going to have a shot. And he hits it with his left foot. It's not a fantastic strike, if I'm honest. He's got 2 players coming on him, but he's bending away from Bazunu, and he just can't get there. He gets a hand on it, but not enough. And it's a brilliant. Does it get deflected? I don't know if that took a slight deflection, but it's 2-1. Get in. Game on. Someone said game over earlier. It's game on now. 2-1. Great goal. Yeah, Johnny. Game on, definitely. I think it was Johnny that said game over earlier as well. Mark says Andy Rinomota, Emmanuel Dennis and Liam Cooper training with the squad, so hopefully we can sign them. Yeah, that would be... Look, anyone, literally anyone will be a welcome addition, just bodies. Obviously, yeah, we need someone who's half decent, who can get into the side. Wigan, wand of a left foot. Martin says he's different class. Harry, Mark says, Amas. Ben, no dig at the players. I mentioned to you in a message that these lads should go down in history as a great Wednesday team for their loyalty and grafting even when unpaid. Yeah, I have to agree with that one. I think there's no, certainly from my part, I mean, I'll just call it for what it is. We all know the reason why we're in this situation, and it's going to take a long time. He might have gone, but he's left all the damage and all the pieces for everyone to pick up. But I will just call it as it is. If like the defending for the first 2 goals wasn't great at all, and I will just call it out. But I do agree with you though. These players are they're trying, aren't they? They're trying every single week. It's hit the referee. Second time it's hit the ref. Max, Saints fan here. We will defo gift you a goal or 2. Well, we'll need 2 if we're going to get anything out of this game 1, Max. But as I pointed out, 6 times this season you've took the lead and failed to win. So there's a small crumb of comfort in that one. Morty, wow, what a goal. Martin says he'll play for Man United in 3 or 4 years easily. Well, he's already played for Man United, hasn't he? He's already played a couple of games. I think that was the back end of last season that he that he came in there. I want to say he played against Newcastle as Max Lowe misjudges it and the ball's come through and it could be 3. It's crossed across the box and it's spooned by Palmer and it's gone out for a throw-in. He should have had a shot there, but Max Lowe kind of didn't get there, and fair play, he's kind of forced him out wide, and he's elected to cross it, pull it across the box, and nobody there. Richard, although I'd give the Blunts a lead if it means we could come back and win in the derby. Yeah. Imagine that if we come back from behind. I mean, just to win would be delightful. Matt, get in there, loving Harry Amass. Shame he'll be gone in January. Well, he might not be gone in January, Matt. I mean, because if you think about it, all right, Man United are paying everything towards the loan deal, which is not ideal, but let's be honest, they've got players on some huge wages. I don't think us paying his wages will make any sort of a dent in their wage bill at all. As we come down this left-hand side, Ingleson, can he find someone with a cross? He drills it back across. Nobody there, and Southampton will clear, and they just got on a super... Do you know what? Fair play to Southampton. The counter-attacking is absolutely on point as they come forward here. Slide it through, but Horvath will get it. We've got to be careful, because as soon as we lose possession in that final third, within 5 or 10 seconds, the ball's nearly in our 18-yard box. We've got to be very careful of that one. Yeah, just as I was saying, I think we will manage to extend his loan deal, because why would Man United not want him to stay with Sheffield Wednesday? All right, we're not winning every week, but he's playing well, and he's playing every week, and probably because we have to play him. But he scored a goal this afternoon. That'll give him a lot of confidence. If I were Man United, and I would say if I were Amorim or whoever's in charge of the loans, I don't know what you'd get out of sending him out anywhere else, really. Like I said, he's playing every week. He's playing in the position that he would probably want to play, left wing back. Or you might want to play him as a full back as well. But for me, I think I don't see any reason other than the EFL ruling. But again, I can't see why they wouldn't let us keep him, really, to be fair. Richard, bye, James. Keep the faith and keep up with the great work, buddy. Thank you very much, Richard. Matt, I'm sure we'll try, but other clubs will want him. Yeah, there is that, but again, he's going to play every single game, isn't he, for us, without a shadow of a doubt. We haven't got anyone else to play there, and it comes across, it's a shot, and Cadamartri there, so close to getting, Bazunu gets down to his left-hand side and manages to save it there. The ball comes across. It's a lovely step over. Cadamartri with one touch. It's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, Cadamartri first touch to get it out of his feet. Second one, he's like on the slide, just trying to poke it into that far corner, and nearly 2-2 there. This game is so end-to-end at the moment. Ben, I saw online last night, United are happy with Amass and wanting to stay after January, yeah. Martin, I hope other Prem teams look at Amass's development and game time here and consider loaning us similar players. Agreed. I mean, that's one thing that over the years we have actually done quite well. I think when we had Darren Moore, we had a few loans that didn't work, did we? We had the one from Forest, what's his face? Forget his name now. And then we had the Theo Corbanu from Wolves, and that didn't work either, did it? Like we weren't really getting much game time, and I don't think we're playing in the positions that he wanted to play either. But since then, we've done quite well with the loans. I think they've played. You look at some of the loans we had last season. I mean, Ugbo, I know we signed him and perhaps shouldn't have, but Jan Poveda, he played when he was fit. James Beadle, again, played the vast majority of the games until we got to the point where we just realised, actually, we need to put Pierce Charles in instead. Matt, bloody lollipop stick's not working despite the score. How well are we playing? Indifferent, Matt, I would say. Probably inconsistent. I think we started the first 2 or 3 minutes really well. And then well, we conceded a goal early doors. What, 10 minutes was it when we conceded the first? And then there was another one straight after, and it just really static defending, to be honest. But I think going forward, we look half decent, but unfortunately, Southampton are just the counter attacking is just so quick. Ball down the left hand side, Harry Mass chases for it, but Gavin Bazunu will collect it. Sean, Man United will want him to play every week, but might have to pay his wages after January. Look, Sean, I'm sure he's not going to be on a massive amount of wages as Southampton come forward. He's won the ball there. Is it going to be a foul? It is a foul. I thought he won the ball there. It's a yellow card for Liam Palmer as well. Matt, you forgot to mention Shea Charles last season, player of the season for us. So glad he's not playing. Yeah, I did. Well, yeah. How could I forget Shea Charles? But yeah, that's another one that we just played every single game, didn't he, really? So I don't think he got there. I think the yellow card was the right decision there for Palmer. Eddie says, do you think we'll get Liam Cooper on a free? Hopefully. I don't see why not. He's not got a club, has he? And we're what? 14 games into the season. So we need him. We need anyone, don't we, really? Would you be happy with that? Would you be happy if we signed Liam Cooper? I think he'll add a bit of experience, won't he, really? Weren't he playing in Belgium or someone like that before? Bulgaria, CSKA Sofia he was at. 262 appearances for Leeds. He was at Chesterfield before that as well. 34-year-old centre-back. Swinging in. Back stick. Fizer just nods it away. But Southampton will still have it. Come on, defend this well. Cleared by Barry Bannon and... Come on. Whoa, lovely. Barry Bannon, go on, son. Oh, come on. 4 men siling forwards across into the box. Oh, no. It's a cross that comes in and it's cleared and it just doesn't land to any Sheffield Wednesday player. It's just that little bit of luck that we're not going to have, and this ref loves a whistle. Southampton player chucks himself to the ground. It was a great... I think it was Bannon that started it. The ball came up to Cadamartri, and then you looked again, and Bannon was in acres of space on this left-hand side. Well done to Cads for finding him. Wigan says, what we need now is Wayne Collins. Southampton come forward. Armstrong gets a shot off, and what's he doing? Oh, my goodness. Ethan Horvath can't catch a ball. Like, it's a shot from Adam Armstrong, and it's just bounced off his arms. And he's come out to collect it again, and it's just the ball's pinballing around inside the box. And well done for Sean Fizer for actually getting there. It's just, you've got to do better. Oh, Sean Fizer, what a block on the line. Because that's just... Do you know what? I criticised the defenders Charlton game for not following up a shot. Fair play there. Fizer he's ran towards the goal line and he gets there and stops an almost certain goal, but that is just not good enough goalkeeping. Matt, he can't catch a ball because his hands are shovels. He needs to get them fucking oven mitts off and put some proper gloves on. Whoever his goalkeeper, his goalie glove supplier is, I think it's Morrison's home department. I think you need to get him some better gloves. Nothing much happening as Southampton look to take a free kick 18 yards out on the wide on the right-hand side. Cross comes in. 6-yard box, headed by Iofa up in the air. And it looks like Jan Valery will try and clear it, but he's dallied on the ball. He's got it away. Is it going to go out for a throw? Yes, it is. Just looking at... I was in the car just pulling up outside, 10 minutes before I came on here. And Tottenham scored to make it 2-1. I just had a look down. It's bloody 2-2. What happened there? Anyway. "38 minutes gone, 5 minutes left." Just a reminder that we will be doing a Twitter Spaces at half time as well. So do join us over there. Bannon's remonstrating towards the referee. Is it going to be a yellow card? It is going to be a yellow card. Is it for Bannon? He's gone down far too easy there for me. Mark, why are people spamming the comments? I can't see any spam in the comments. Dean, think he gets them from B&M? He could do. Cross comes in, back stick, headed across from Southampton, cleared only as far as edge of the box. Can we get there? Southampton player's gone down. Another Southampton player's gone. These Southampton players have spent more time on the deck than they have on the feet, to be honest. Get there. Another Southampton player on the floor. Ball comes forward. And do you know what? You see some of the Southampton players just playing in that pocket as Finazaz just drills it. It's well wide, to be fair. But the Southampton players are just playing kind of in between our back line and and Barry Bannon, and they're getting so much joy in between there. Now, Jan Valerie's not picking him up. Barry Bannon's not picking him up. They're too far forward for Domayofa to jump out and pick him up as well. And it's making it so easy to play that ball in there. And they've got so much time to just turn and assess what they're going to do. Sean says, has it been passed for us to sign a couple of free players? I don't know if it's been done officially or not. I've no idea. And I think until the point where we see some players come in, I don't think we're ever going to know, to be honest. It's probably on a individual basis, to be fair. Sean, Southampton players are being dominoes, yeah. Eddie says, Tom Daly would be proud of these Southampton players. 7. 4 minutes to go in this first half. You know what? Look, when I said it was 1-0, if we can keep it at 1-0 and we're still in the game, all right, they scored a second, but we've managed to claw one back. So the 1-goal deficit still remains. Cadamarshi was unlucky there not to get the ball. We're trying so hard, and that's the thing. Like, the tiredness is gonna happen in it at some point. You know, we're still in the first half, but they're going to get to a point where in this second half, that's coming up. Yeah. Richard, more like Poundland gloves. Well, they're not goalie gloves, are they, anyway? Like them green ones used to get. Them like them really, like an airflow football, them green gloves with bits of looks like bits of tennis bat with pimples on, stuck on the other side. I think that's what he's wearing. They were rough then, weren't they? They were stitched on, weren't it? As a kid, when you were playing in goal, you used to hurt your hands, that. Andy says, Orford's goal was sponsored by Spear and Jackson. Not going to lie, Andy, I've just had to look up what Spear and Jackson is. And if anyone was wondering, they make gardening tools. He's got gardening gloves on. And another Southampton player on the floor as well. Right, I'm going to get the Twitter Spaces ready for half time. Once again, I was totally unprepared and didn't charge the phone up. But I have done now. You will have to bear with me 2 minutes as I just plug it in. You've not missed anything. It's a free kick on the far side. Give me 2 seconds. Right, I don't know how long this is going to last. 11%. You're on 20% earlier. That's not really going to work, is it? Well, I might have to sack that off, I think. What I will do, I'll give Matt a quick ring and see if he wants to have a little chat. Wednesday coming forward in this final minute of normal time. Wish I was better prepared. Matt says I was thinking that too. What, in the gardening tools? Is that what you meant? Southampton have got it just on the halfway line. Do you know what? This first half, I think, like I mentioned earlier, very indifferent. It's not been a great first half. I think some of the defending has been suspect. Some of the goalkeeping has been suspect as well. Harry Mass took his goal very well. Again, have a shot, 20, 25 yards out, have a dig, see what's going to happen. And we are still in this game, even though we've not played very well at all. I think Southampton have looked by far the better side, and they've scored 2 goals. But this is, go on, Kadamachi gets it. Go on, play him forward, play him in. Oh, come on. If I'm Ingleson there, I must be absolutely screaming at Kadamachi to tell him to play that ball inside. He just held on for it a little bit too long. 2 minutes of added time. And there's a minute and a half of that remaining. Dean says, get Pashley on. He's always good for a laugh. Yeah, he's decent. Thing is, I've not got the Twitter Spaces working. As a cross comes in, come on, hit it. Oh! McNeil hits it into the ground, and it looks like it's going to loop over the keeper, and Bazunu gets a fingertip on it and managed to tip it over the bar. It's a great save, to be fair. Oh, he's hit it down into the ground. Oh, fair play, Bazunu. He's got to the first one. He's got straight back up again and tipped it over the bar. Corner comes in. Outswinger by Barry Bannon onto the 6-yard box, and it's headed away by Southampton. Of course it is. Every corner gets headed away, doesn't it? On this left-hand side, and Southampton player on the deck again. Doesn't get a foul this time, though, and they look to play it out. Goes all the way back to Bazunu, launches it forward. And Fazier nods it out. Martin says he's a good keeper. I do agree. Portsmouth, I want to say he was at as well. Was he at Man City? And that is how the half-time whistle goes. It's Sheffield Wednesday 1, Southampton 2. Do you know what? I'm not too disheartened by that first half, to be honest. Like I said, it's been very indifferent. There was a point where I thought this game could really run away from us. But we've had chances, We've had a couple of decent efforts, half chances, you'd have to say. But yeah, we'll have to see. Right, let me see if I can bring Matt up and have a chat. Let me give him a ring and see if he's there. Just as I wait for him to answer the phone. Matt, how's things? All good. Let me just get you live on air. You're live on Channel 4. Please do not swear, Matthew. How's things anyway, pal? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. I'd rather be down on a very sunny south coast, but no childcarers, man. Yeah, being forced to watch it. I'd fly to Spain and watch it.
Yeah. Happy birthday for yesterday, by the way. Many happy returns and all that. But what did you make to that first half, Matt?
Two poor goals to concede from our perspective. The goalkeeping point from the first one, I think, is the issue. I think it was the move from Southampton was absolutely brilliant. It's not like we didn't touch the ball for about 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. And obviously it's a great move and it's poor goalkeeping. The second one, combination of poor defence and again, poor goalkeeping. Positional sense from Ethan Horvath has been really bad on the second one in particular. But I think what's really evident is neither side can defend because we've created a lot of chances. I thought Charlie McNeil has grown into the game, was unlucky with the effort late on. When we've got the ball into advanced areas and got supporting runners, there's a goal in there for us. It's just whether we can keep the ball out the net for another 45 minutes.
It was a great goal by Harry Amass, though, as well, weren't it? You know, it just kind of opened up for him, didn't he? I'm shouting at the screen like, shoot! And then he just lets fly, and I don't think he catches it as well as he perhaps would have liked. It certainly weren't Barry Bannon against Norwich-esque, but it had that kind of swerve on it as well, which I think took it away from Bazunu. He got half a hand to it, but yeah, I'm delighted for him because he's such a baller, isn't he?
Yeah, he's such a good player, and I think again there, James, maybe being a bit harsh to him because he's going the opposite way to the way he strikes the ball, and it looked to me as if he sort of like wrapped his foot around it, kept it low, get it on target, get it in the corner. Really, really good finish. Bailey Cadamartri's looked lively. He's got a long old shift ahead of him today, doing that on his own. I thought Svante Ingelsson, when getting into advanced positions, has been good. Again, Charlie McNeil's grown into the game. Another word for Sean Frazier as well. Two first half clearances off the line. He's got a very tall order up against their left winger, the Brazilian lad who goes down like he's been shot anytime anyone breathes near him.
I mean, just on Frazier as well, I think I'll go back to the Charlton game where we're slamming some of the defenders for not following the ball up, but he did exactly that, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? The shot comes in and he recognises the danger and obviously gets onto the line and does well to obviously, because it's a certain goal that it'd be 3-1, and I mean, I think some people said it would game over at 2-0, but we got it back to 2-1. At 3-1, you would say, it's going to be a difficult afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, this is the culmination of a 3-game week for a squad that hasn't been supported by the previous owner and been left in the mess that we have by the previous owner. And it's not just transfers, it's not just player availability, it's the lack of a pre-season, it's the lack of an ability to rotate it. Yet again, away from home, they're making a good show of it. It's not been a pretty watch the first half by any stretch of the imagination. Let's not try and dress it up that it has. But we're not going to play pretty football this year. So, 2-1 at half-time. I can't complain aside from the manner of the goals. Good performance so far, all told, really.
Yeah, exactly. Matt, thanks for jumping on. I've been as ill prepared as always and not charged the other phone up for the Twitter Spaces. So I'm gonna have to tread water for the next 5 or 10 minutes. Although I've plugged it in on charge. I've got 13% charge. So let's see if that'll. Normally, it's
you might get 5 minutes out of it. Yeah.
Well, normally it's whether the camera will survive. Now it's whether this other phone will survive. But no, Matt, cheers for jumping on, pal. Do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'll obviously no doubt speak to you tomorrow. Will you have the owl costume on tomorrow? Everyone's wondering.
I will not have the owl costume on tomorrow. No, that has gone away for another year. So no, I'm not doing that again.
Great stuff. See you later, Matt. Cheers. Right, there we go. Right, I will try and get this Twitter Spaces up and see if this phone will last for that amount of time. Do join us over on Twitter Spaces if you want to have your say for the next 10 minutes or so. Is it going to work? We'll cross our fingers, cross our toes, and everything else. Is it working? I think it is going to work, to be fair. Hallelujah. Whether or not the battery is going to last for that amount of time, we'll have to wait and see. So if you want to come up and have your say, what you've seen for that first half, head over to Twitter Spaces, press that request to talk button, and I'll bring you up and let's have a chat for the next 5 or so minutes. Obviously, it's Sheffield Wednesday 1, Southampton 2. A bit of suspect defending, a little bit of suspect goalkeeping. A fantastic strike from Harry Hamas, and I think we're still in the game. To be fair, I think at 2-0, you could have been mistaken for saying that it was a game over and all done. But to get back in the game in the manner that we have done, and we have had chances as well, haven't we? Right at the death, Charlie McNeil with that chance to hits it down into the ground and it just gets tipped over. Bazunu's having a great game for them in goal. Let's come to Corbin then, who wants to have a chat. Corbin, how's things, mate? You all right?
Oh, good, pal. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Mate, 2-0, I thought, game over. Look, Southampton were making it look very, very easy. But back to 2-1, and we've got a bit of a chance, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. I'll be honest, I haven't watched it. I was travelling from one house to another, but I've watched the goals on Twitter, and I just want to talk about them. Jesus Christ, Ethan Horvath.
Well, we were saying, during the game that he's got other mitts on, hasn't he? Really, he needs to get to his goalie glove supplier and get some new ones. I think
he's the most bipolar goalkeeper I've ever seen in my life. Like, one game he can pull off 2, 3, 4 worldies, and then the next game he spills it into the back of his own net and he's shy. It looks like he's never done it before.
Yeah, I think he's a good shot stopper, because I think he stops the shot. It's just that he doesn't hold on to the ball. That's the frustration, isn't it, really? And then we got away with that one. You probably didn't see it, where the shot comes in. He goes to catch it straight at him. He just needs to collect it, and he spills the ball out. And then Sean Fazer just.
I can imagine it, to be honest, because it don't fucking surprise me. When I'm in the ground, I celebrate when he catches the ball, man. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, I always find it difficult to kind of slag some of the players off because of the situation that we find ourselves in. It is difficult, but it does make it, end of the day, it's a game of professional football, and when your goalkeeper's not catching the ball, it does make it a little bit.
It's supposed to be an emergency loan to come and help us. It's supposed to be an experienced goalkeeper, and he can't catch a cold. So
it's difficult. I mean, did you expect us to get anything from this game this afternoon? I know obviously we've still got the second half to come and we're a goal down, but before kickoff, did you think this was a possible chance?
I'll be completely honest with you, pal. We're looking at the situation we've started in. I don't expect anything from any game. I don't go into a game thinking, oh, we need to put in this much, we need to get this, because I don't expect anything from players. Not because of quality, because of the situation. We've got quality, but we haven't got enough for it because we've got, 13, 14 seniors?
Yeah.
So I don't really expect anything. Southampton, never an easy place to go. They've just sacked the manager. They're going to have that little buzz because it exists. People say it doesn't exist. It fucking does. They're going to have that buzz because manager's gone. So I wasn't expecting anything, to be honest. But I just want to touch on Harry Hamas, right? That kid, he's unreal. He's genuinely... He's up there with one of the best loans we've ever had. Obviously, Shea Charles is, of course, up there. But I am praying to God that Man United let us keep that kid.
I was just about to ask you there. Obviously, his loan does expire in January, so he will be going back to Manchester United as it stands at the moment. But how important is it that we've managed to keep hold of him for the second half of the season?
We need to keep that. We need to keep him. And, I went to the ground at Kipman's sale when he was down, and I said, do you want to stay? He said, I'd love to stay, but it's not up to me. And I'm like...
It's not, but do you know what, as well? I can't see a reason why Man United would want him to go anywhere else either.
I think the only reason I think is because of where we are in table. I think that's the only thing that would put him off letting us keep him. He may be thinking he should be playing at least mid-table, maybe pushing playoffs. Because I'll be honest, I think he should as well.
Yeah,
so
but I mean,
that'd be the only thing.
But I don't know how that's going to really change a great deal. He's playing every single week, isn't he? Unless you can get that,
that's it, though, innit?
Unless you can get that assurance somewhere else, I'm not too sure. Corbin, thanks for coming on, pal. Do appreciate it. Obviously, we're pushed on time. I've got Jake that wants to speak as well. Jake, how's things, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not bad. PMZ.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. What did you make to that first half, Jake?
It's open, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mostly because of his goalkeeper, but yeah, it's open, and I don't know. I still think we've got a chance. We are finding chances, which is
it's end to end, isn't it? Southampton are going
Yeah.
to give us a few chances. We were unlucky, I think, not to even get an equaliser right at the death. But you could also argue we could have easily been 3 or 4 goals down as well at some points.
Yeah, I mean, they've got so much quality, haven't they? Even though they're struggling a bit. But yeah, it's just nice to see us actually creating something. And yeah, I think that I'm not going to say we can't do it. I think we might get a goal.
Well, I looked at, again, I know transfer market isn't gospel and you shouldn't read everything you read on the internet, but they've got their kind of market value down at just shy of 190 million. And to put that into comparison, ours is 19.7 million, like 10 times the amount of squad value in the Southampton squad. And that there was a move from back to front where it was like 4 or 5 passes. And they just went from from our attack, and I think they nearly scored as well. And you look at that, and they have got that quality, haven't they? Which is making it quite difficult for us. It looks like we've just lost Jake as well. He clearly don't want to talk about that. But anyway, if anyone else wants to come up and have their say, do press that request to talk button. I think kickoff is only minutes away. Where we'll be getting underway for the second half, and looks like the players have not come out just yet, so there's still a couple of minutes until we get underway. Just for those that have jumped on Twitter Spaces, we're on over on YouTube, so head over to our YouTube channel, just search for @WTID Pod, and you'll see myself over there talking through this second half between Sheffield Wednesday and Southampton. Just having a look at some of the other scores. Middlesbrough managerless as well. You probably saw that earlier there. Gaffers looks like he's going to be heading to Wolves. They're beating Birmingham 2-1. It's goalless between Norwich and Leicester, and Sheffield United and QPR, and Stoke and Coventry. Ipswich 1-0 up away at Swansea. Goalless between West Brom and Oxford, and goalless between Wrexham and Charlton. Stark contrast to last week, weren't it? Where they were, obviously we had the 0-0 against West Brom, and there were goals in absolutely every single other game. Whereas this week, it's our turn to have all the goals in the game, and everyone else is struggling to hit the back of the net. If anyone else wants to come up, do press that request to talk button. I will be doing this again at full time if my phone charges up enough to do that, because it is totally unprepared as always. But no, I'm going to head back over to YouTube. Do join us over there. I'm going to end this Twitter Spaces, but I'll be back at full time to get your reaction. Hopefully we can get something out of this game. It's 2-1. We are still in it. I think the next goal is absolutely vital. If Southampton get it, it could be a bridge too far. If we get it, who knows? It could be game on. You never know. We might even win the game. But no, thanks everyone for joining on Twitter Spaces. Head over to YouTube where this will carry on, and I will see you all over there. Right, let's. It looks like the players are going to be coming back onto the pitch any time soon. I'm just going to read a few of these. A few of these messages. David says the ref is a disgrace. I mean, it's a bit harsh. David, I personally don't share the same opinion. I think he's given a few fouls which, a bit soft. But I don't think that's down to the ref. Like, I don't think he's given anything controversial, as the players do just return to the pitch. Louis says we need to give them some African gold. What, the players? Paul, Eddie, watch Cooper's last game of the Championship, Watford 2, Leeds 2. He's not up to this level anymore next season at League One. But the only other thing, Paul, he's better than some of the backup players that we've got. And that's what you've got to look at as well. And can he come in and just do a job? David says, when is Charles back? To lose him and Weaver and Brown is so much bad luck. If anyone heard me mention those three last year, they'd have laughed. Yeah, I totally agree, David. Like, end of this month, I believe, is when he's going to be back. Morty, hopefully have the attitude for that early goal this half. Yeah, get an early goal, it'll be a huge boost, as Southampton have made a change in this second half as the players have now returned. Martin, be nice if Baz smashes another screamer in today. Yes, we certainly do need that one. Danny, buzzing with the boys' reaction. We're all Wednesday, aren't we, in Hillsborough watching this. Yeah, they do need a decent... It was a decent reaction. We did go 2-0 down, though, and again, why do we have to go 2 goals down to start playing? I don't think we're that bad before, but it did look very easy for him to score those 2 goals. And Sean says Horvath has got butterfingers, yeah. Patter cake, as people have been saying. Let me get the sound back on so I can hear what is happening. The time wasn't working before. It's saying they're on 63 minutes. I've no idea what's happened there. So I will let me start this at the right time. There we go. And the game now finally gets underway. It was a false start there, but we are back underway in this second half. Wednesday haven't made any changes at all. Southampton have made a change. I'm not sure who it is who's gone off or come on just yet, but I will find out for those that are waiting. It's Downs that's gone off, replaced by Barnaby Williams. Looks like a youngster that they've brought in from the under-21s. So you know, we tell that by the number of shirt that they're wearing. He's wearing number 51, 52, I think it was. But yeah, Downs has gone off. He's been replaced. So I don't know whether they've changed anything or not in terms of system, but they are leading 2-1, and we have got it all to do in this second half. Oh dear, he's got down this right-hand side. Armstrong. Oh. He's took a minute and a half of the second half. It's far, far, far too easy. It's like a knife through butter. Morty says, hopefully have the attitude for that early goal. Fucking hell. He's jinked left and right, and he's done whoever it was that was marking him like a kipper. Is it Palmer? And then outside of his right foot, just poked it past Ethan Horvath. It's a great finish, actually. It's a great finish outside of his right foot, just bent it around Horvath. Horvath had absolutely no chance. You could argue he could have done a bit better. But that is probably it. It is probably game over now, to be fair. Joel, we start half so slow. What does Pedersen say at half time? Danny, everyone standing off him. Ben, fucking keeper again. Oh, dear me, dear me. All that hard work just totally undone. You know, getting back into the game and just making it so hard for herself all the time. I don't really know what to say, really. Like, it's just the second half has just got underway, and Stephen says Saints are playing like Barcelona. Yeah, I mean, when they get going, Southampton are zipping it around, and the passing so crisp, and it's finding the man every single time. Little pass, little back heel, little pass around the corner. There's just someone always there, and they're making the game look very easy. They've got that extra quality that we just don't have at the moment. You know, if Bannon does well there. If we had a team full of Bannons, then we'd be all right. But unfortunately, we haven't, have we? Which is the problem. Mark, another early second half goal we have shipped in. Give Logan Stretch a go for the United match. I mean, I mean, for all what Horvath's done, to be thrown in at the deep end, and my oh my, that is the deep end, isn't it? I think that's probably a stretch too far, Mark, as they say. Dean, when is Charles back? Fucking next week, hopefully, or week after when we play United. Dean's going to put cooking on. What you cooking, Dean? Let me know. I might have some. Marty, I fear our next game, if it's anything like this, is a big rest needed, I think, yeah. Ball goes high into the air. It's headed by Ingleson, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Danny, what do we expect with the team we got, to be fair? I know. If we're honest, Southampton are in a false position, aren't they, really? You look at Southampton, you have to say as well, our dear neighbours are in a false position too, in terms of the quality with the players that they've got. And that's a similar situation. I'm sure we're going to see these things happen in a couple of weeks' time. We've got to be well up for it. Stephen needs to change the score. I don't do all that. He does it automatically, Stephen. So, Yorkie, how many times have we conceded in the first few minutes after half time? I can tell you that, actually. Somewhere. I will be able to find it. Soccer stats is where you need to go for that sort of thing. It tells you when goals are scored and kind of in a 15-minute period. So I suppose it's not going to tell me straight after half time, but in the 15-minute, in between 45 and 60 minutes, we've conceded 4 goals. We've conceded 7 in the first 15 minutes this season. So, I mean, to be fair, we've just conceded goals, haven't we? Really. Wood for Southampton has to go off. Got blood on his face by the looks of things. Jamal Lowe is set to be coming on. 51 minutes on the clock. Are we going to roll the dice? Are we going to take off a defender and put Jamal Lowe on and go maybe 3 up top? Maybe. Might be Palmer. Could take Palmer off. He's on a yellow, isn't he? And he didn't fill himself with that much glory, did he? With that one. It could be one of the 2 up front as well, but we'll have to see. Dom Iorfa recovers the ball well, and it's Barry Bannon now will get us out of trouble. Harry Amass, it's good football, this. It's very good. Jan Valery, it's absolutely cynical. You shouldn't be able to do that. I knew he was going to get a yellow card, but that, for me, that's got to be a red. Like, you can't just drag someone by his shoulders and just pull him down like the way that he did there. That is absolutely stupid. It's got to be a red, really. I mean, I'm probably getting too ahead of my station here and getting too irate, but absolutely no. How is that any different? I know it's not dangerous, but absolute blatant. Shouldn't be allowed to do it. It's not even. If it slid in and tackled, you could say it was a late tackle. You can't just grab someone by the shoulders and just drag him down to the ground. As we come forward here, are we going to get a cross into the box? It's come out to Max Lowe, left-footed. No, he'll go inside to Bannon, who clips it out to Fagier. Come on, Sean, get it in the box, get a cross in, out to Bannon. Bannon, edge of the box, slips over. Still got it though. Come on, let's get a goal. An immediate response. Oh, what we doing? Looks nice, but fucking just hit it. It looks nice, little back heel from Jan Valery, but it's not. We're not good enough for that sort of stuff. And it's a fantastic tackle from Harry Amass, and it's end to end this game. It's literally one end to another, which is great for entertainment purposes. But I don't think my ticker will be any good by the end of it. Jan Valery plays it inside. Are you going to strike it? No, he doesn't. It gets dispossessed. Paul's pinging around, and Southampton look to come away. And it's just... Ingleson just so clumsy, just runs straight into the Southampton man who's going to milk it for all it's worth. And it's a Southampton. It's number 17, Charlie McNeil, that's going to be replaced by Jamal Lowe. Dean says he's thinking about having a full English. I couldn't eat a full English at 4 o'clock. I know it is a all-day breakfast, as they said, but not a chance. Louis says it's not like Southampton have had to work for their goals. We've gifted them. Yeah. Rob says time for Ugbo. Well, it's time for Jamal Lowe anyway. Dean says we need a proven striker and a new keeper if we can sign frees. Patrick Bamford is still a free agent. Mark says Bamford is training at Coventry at the moment. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to pay his wages, to be fair. Stephen says Saints have won this one. I mean, look, I don't think the odds are going to be odds will be fairly short on that one, Stephen, if I'm being perfectly honest. Cleo says dragging players to the ground is just pathetic. It's not Sunday League. But I don't think they do that in Sunday League. They're not switched on enough to do that, are they? Stephen Saints are playing like Man City. I must admit, they are playing quite well as they come forward again. Luckily, one of you, just get there, please. We're all of it, sure. Like Ben says, could eat a full English anytime. I mean, I could, but chicken Kiev's for tea for me. So I might get them on now. I can't see people want to be talking about this game for much at full time. Because we all know the reasons why we're in this situation, don't we, really? Jan Valeries gets dispossessed far too easily and they just come away with it in the middle. It's another counter-attack from Southampton. Play it out down this left-hand side. Who's going to cut to him? Nobody. Just let him cross the ball in then, son. Edge of the box. Southampton playing it around, looking for a shot. Armstrong strikes it, hits Bannon. Oh, Fellows clips it into the edge of the 6-yard box. It's up in the air. Come on. Dig deep. Stevens just has all the time in the world. Whips it in. It's blocked from Vizier. This could be 4 or 5. This, to be fair. Left hand side. Southampton probing. Oh, he's done Sean easily there. Palmer comes across and recovers quite well, but it looks like a lot of tired legs. I think physically and mentally as well. I think Southampton are just all over the place in terms of, in a good way. You know, we can't contain them really, and I think it's taking it out of a lot of these players really. Southampton are making them look very, very ordinary. Danny says we're looking tired. Yeah, agreed. Eddie says, Eddie, we've got a time machine so we can go to next season. Yeah, if it's a football manager, you just go on holiday and just come back at the end of the season, see what's happened. Ball comes in the box. No idea what's happened there, but it's not a goal anyway, as Ethan Horvath actually has the ball in his hands at this point. How's the bottom of the league looking? Has it changed a great deal? Norwich 0-0, United 0-0, Portsmouth lost 3-2, Oxford are drawing 1-1, Blackburn lost as well. Everyone's lost. Swansea are losing. None of the bottom 7 teams are winning or have won. The ball comes up to Kadamatra. Oh, he's tried to hit it with his left foot and it's blocked by the Southampton player. He's trying to fashion something himself, isn't he, really? And Southampton run the ball out of play. So come on, Ingleson, throw it in. Let's have a chance. Let's have an attempt on goal. Joel, surely it wouldn't hurt to put a couple of youth on at 65 minutes. Well, I said that before kickoff, and whilst I agree with you, also you've got to look at the point of like what they're going to achieve. Like, especially in this game, they're just going to get tore in the arsehole, aren't they? Really, like. I think for confidence, it's not going to be great, is it? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Danny, do you ever think we get out of the bottom three all season? Danny, I'll put my mortgage, my house on us not getting out of the bottom three. We'll not even get off the bottom this season, to be fair. Just look at it now, we're 14 points adrift of them lot. Even if we beat them, it's 11. Do you know what I mean? We're talking about this Southampton come forward, good tackle from Sean Fazera. Oh, he's fuck off. Southampton player also on the floor. He's holding his leg and then now he's up and he's all right. Like, yeah, he caught him a bit, but come on. It's not for you. It's Don Maiofa, who, to be fair, actually sticks his left leg out and makes sure he takes the man as well. Right, corner from Southampton. They're going to take it in swinging from this left-hand side. Is this going to land in the 6-yard box? There's a lot of men in that 6-yard box. It does. It goes to the back of the 6-yard box, and oh my God, Ethan Horvath has caught the ball. Couldn't find anyone to pass it to, though, but he manages to bowl it out to Max Lowe on the left. Dean says, let's just plan for League One. This team not just good enough. We rely on Bannon too much. Harry Mass is class. The thing is, it's difficult to plan for League One because, again, you don't really know the players that we're going to have, do we? Like, who out of these players here, how many are going to stay? You can't really have that conversation with them now, can you? As to, if we go down, are you going to stay? Like, it's not really. And I suppose any contract negotiations are never really going to happen until new owners come in, are they? So we're just kind of in limbo at the moment, just kind of floundering around until something happens with the ownership side of things. And even then, is that Bazunu that's got a yellow card for time wasting? I don't think they really need to time waste, do they? Ben, keeper must have gone glove shopping at half time, yeah. I used to have a pair of goalkeeper gloves when I was younger, and they had them like finger save things in them like plastic bits in the back of the fingers. I thought they were like Gordon Banks. Ball comes forward and the ball's gone out of play. Nothing's really dropping for us at all, to be honest. Dean, can we sign anyone in January? Well, at the moment, as it stands, we are still under an embargo. So, officially, no. However, we have been talking to the EFL, and I think they'll just let us sign people. Obviously, we won't be able to pay anything for them. It's Jamal Lowe just to have handled the ball, I think, there. But no, officially, we can't sign anyone, but I think, really, they're going to have to let us because it's not fair on these players, is it, having to play every single week? And it's not their fault. Everyone else has got a 25-man squad, and we've got 11 senior players. Do you know what I mean? It's just, and when we're playing the youngsters, and 3 of them, Pierce Charles, Ernie Weaver, and George Brown have all got injured. We have got a point, look, you've got to let us have someone because it's just getting a bit of a joke now, to be honest. Barry said, just got in, mate, just sent me a clown picture of Horvath. Why? I'll let the comments fill you in, Barry, on that one. Eddie, I'm excited to win League One, to be fair. Look, it's not going to be a given, Eddie. It all depends on who we bring in terms of new owners. Well, first of all, we've got new owners have got to come in first, and then we're relying on the EFL relaxing some of the rules. So I won't get too ahead of myself. I mean, yeah, it would be nice to Jamal Lowe hits one, it's deflected, and oh dear me. Jamal Lowe's hit it, it's got a wicked deflection, it's looped the ball up, and I think Gavin Bazunu thought it might have been creeping in. I think he's actually got it covered, to be honest, but very, very nearly. a goal, and there's still plenty of time left. There's half an hour left in this game. All it takes is a fluke a goal, and it's game on again, isn't it? You know, as much as Southampton have looked good, and they are 2 goals ahead, you know, who knows if we get this next one. Dean, do you think new owners will keep Pedersen? I hope they do. I think it would be silly for him to get rid of him now. Now, as to whether he's still there at the start of next season, who knows? But I think, it depends on... Ball comes out, it's... Fazier's hit it from the edge of the box. His eyes lit up. He saw the ball roll towards him and he's hit it. It's... it would, put it this way, it would have been a conversion if we were playing rugby, is all I'm going to say on that one. So I do hope he does stay. I think for me, personally, I think we've perhaps seen enough of him already. I mean, it's difficult to judge him in it based on the results, but I'd like to give him a start next season. I'd like to give him the chance to get us out of League One. It's whether... Yeah, I don't know. It's whoever comes in, they might have got a manager in mind who they want to bring in. We'll see. It'd be very harsh on Pedersen, wouldn't it, really? But, you know, some owners can be quite ruthless sometimes. Ben, we need to be realistic. League One isn't going to be easy next year. I mean, I'm not even sure. I'm sure I'll have a look at League One now. Who's kind of in it? At Stockport at top of the league, losing. Bradford second, losing. Cardiff are up there, losing. Christ almighty. 5 of the top 7 all losing at the moment, and some are getting absolutely battered as well. But yeah, there's some decent sides in there. You know, Bolton, they'll be looking to get out there. Cardiff, you know, they're not, you know, they're third at the moment. Huddersfield are another side. Rotherham, Barnsley, you know, there's some decent sides. Wigan, Reading, some League One's not a pushover. And then you've got to look at the teams that are going to come up as well, because they say some teams in League Two spend a bit of money, don't they? And they do catapult through the leagues. Barry says Pedersen back coaching. Yeah, I mean, he was good coach under Danny Röhl, weren't he? It's whether he want to do that or not. I don't know. Eddie, it's like, look at Rotherham. They signed loads of good League One players and finished bottom half last season. Yeah, and they're still down there at the moment as well. Ooh. Southampton had a chance there, just a little bit of a wayward pass, and Horvath collects it. We've got to be careful. I mean, I say we've got to be careful. It's what do we do? Do we push to try and get that second goal? And that's a foul, surely. I'm going to say. A reminder, if you like all the content, you can get more over on Patreon. Patreon.com/WTID pod is where you need to go. We'll have extra time tomorrow after the main episode. No idea what we're going to be talking about just yet. I'm sure we'll find something, no doubt. Also, you can access the Discord, the members section over there, which is loads of chats, loads of discussions in, which is always nice to see. Very friendly group as well. Not like this, not like the stuff on social media. I am quite proud of that community that we've built up. I can already see the messages pinging off on my phone already. People chatting in there as Ike Ugbo comes on to replace Liam Palmer, who's been nursing that yellow card. Horvath doesn't take a long throw this time. He goes short. Max Lowe looks to ping it into the back stick, and there's absolutely nobody there. Jamal Lowe looks to recover it, and it managed to do that. It was just really well to get past the defender, but they've doubled up on him, and they've managed to clear it. Ben, is that Aldi's finest you're supping, James? Of course it is, mate. It's not sponsored, but Aldi, if you're watching. Get them tagged. Stephen Saints are really good. Can't believe they're near the bottom. Yeah, well, they've got rid of the manager, haven't they? I don't know what they've I don't know what they've told him to do any different, or what Will Still were trying to get him to do, but it's clearly working. They beat QPR in midweek. Looks like they're going to back-to-back wins at the moment, as Norwich have taken the lead over Leicester as well. I feel like Soccer Saturday. And there's been a goal at Carrow Road. Max Lowe, nobody's going to come to him. He's got all the time in the world. Harry Mass, left-footed, he's going to strike it. Ooh, he's been caught there. Luckily, I think it was Azaz who won the ball just, but Mass looks like he's in a bit of discomfort. Masters Envy says, Aldi beer is good. I have some too. Phil, love a blue Rubicon in a cold can. What a treat. Yeah, I like a nice Rubicon. Which flavour, Phil? Mango? Or what's one? Guava? In the passion fruit as well, I think, Phil. In a purple can. Blue's mango, innit? I know that. This is what it's turned into. It's turned into drink chat. Ball, Svante Ingelsson throws it in. Oh, why? This ref's just giving... Literally, fall down in the box, you'll get a free kick. It wasn't a foul. $20 minutes left. 71 minutes just ticked over. Has this second half dragged for you? It feels like this a lot. I think it's because we've made the subs fairly early, haven't we? Normally it's about this time when we make the first sub. I think it's tricked me into thinking that we're near the end of the game, but there's still quite a lot of game left. Unbelievable, Jeff. As the Jeff. The tempo's just all been sucked out of the game. Southampton, I think, are very happy for us to have the ball. We're not really doing a great deal with it. Just come on, Wednesday. Come on. Ball over the halfway line. Oh, he's dragged down. Is that going to be a foul? Yes, it is. Of course it's going to be a foul. How many fouls has there been in this game so far? It feels like there's been far too many. Quick free kick. Come on, do something. Let's fashion a chance. That's the thing here as well. I'm just looking. According to Flash Scores, again, not sponsored, 4 big chances Southampton have had. You can't give a team that many big chances in front of goal, can you? Really, they're going to punish you. Where's fouls? Surely it gives me every 13 free kicks we've given away, as opposed to their 6. There's another free kick. You can hear the Wednesday fans in the crowd noise. Always jubilant, of course. No matter what the result is, no matter what the scoreline is, you can always guarantee on the Wednesday fans to make some noise in that away end. Barry Bannon does well there to win the ball back on this near side. Gets a good ball inside to Iorfa. Can Iorfa do anything with it? Answer is, of course, no. Won the ball back fairly, says the referee. Ingelsson can't get the ball out. It's frantic and it's sloppy. And Southampton once again come at us on the break. On this right-hand side, and they find a cross in, which they do. It's a glancing header. Didn't get enough on it, really. Didn't need to glance it. Phil, Mango Rubicon, battered halloumi and chips from Meadowall Chipper. All the yes. Dean says we're missing Windass. Yeah. We're missing a lot of people. I think we're also missing Callum Patterson, to be fair. Like, this is the type of season that I won't say this game is made for him. As we come forward here, Cadamartri, is he going to get a chance off? Oh, no. It's just too easy. There were Jamal Lowe there. There were Ingleson there, but he didn't find any of them. Stephen, hi, mate. I'm a Saints fan, but I live in Marseille. We love Chris Waddle. He was at Hillsborough, Stephen, on Wednesday at half-time for the Norwich game. Good tackle by Fazer. Yeah, we all love Chris Waddle. What an absolute legend he is. Matt says even Michael Smith scored today for Preston, that is. Was that earlier today? Is that a game that's already finished? It was, yeah. Millwall against Preston. Michael Smith, 15 minutes in. Was he playing? Paul Valentin? No. He's on the bench. Not even in the squad. I think, do you know what, the tempo's dropped from a Saints perspective, and they're letting us in here. We're getting a little bit of joy. We're not getting many chances, but we're getting the ball in the final third. It's just, again, that quality is just not there. The ball comes into the box. Cadamartri swings a leg at it, and it just goes sailing over the bar. Stephen, love the commentary. Thank you. I hope you're referring to me. A bit flush, actually. I need to get the window open. This is where all the flies flying as well now, isn't it? Eddie said Windass just scored for Wrexham. You have to just not look, or she'll get yourself wound up, won't you, to be fair? Start looking at all those players that used to play for us that are now scoring. MK Dons have scored 2. Is Patterson got 1? Oh no, Nathaniel Mendez Langas though, so that's another former Wednesday player. We'll always hate him after that Sunderland game. Never welcome back at Hillsborough ever again. And Southampton are on the floor, and it's another free kick. Barry says, and Terry Curran. Yep, we love Terry Curran. I obviously got the chance to speak to him on Thursday, which was nice. Ball comes forward, and Southampton have it. Looking to kill the game off with the 4th goal as Harry Amass swings his right foot and spoons it straight out for a corner. Eddie, I cheer when they score, to be fair. I like seeing them do well. Yeah, it's just the circumstances, and I'm sure they would love to stay, wouldn't they, really? I'm sure they would love it to still be here, but, you know, circumstances and all that. Matt Mendez Lang, wow, that's a blast from the past. I never thought we'd hear it in the pod again. I talked about a few. Cross comes in, dealt with, and Ingleson looks to stride forward, looks over halfway. Can he get a pass off to Bannon? Oh, he can't just get that pass off. It's just, so frustrating. I know I've still got these on. Barry says, watch TC's goal in S2 in April 1980. Is that the one where he's in the corner flag, Barry? And he just kind of dances around 2 or 3 players and whips it into the top corner. Is that one that you're referring to? I think we mentioned who was that player from Forest? His name eludes me again now. The one who had on loan, who didn't do very well at all. there's 12 minutes to go. Go on. Oh, I forgot. Oh, it's not a foul, referee. Barry, I wasn't even born for that one. I was 9 years before I were born, that one. Stephen says, Matt Littis. Are we just talking about legends here? Yeah. Obviously, Southampton legend. Barry with 20. And a Brewdog Blackheart Stout, 10.49 for 10 cans from Lidl, better than Guinness. Are we still on drink chat? Is that what we're on? I know I hate the international break as well. Next week, no football. It's just I just don't like international football, to be honest. I mean, I'll get interested in the Euros or the World Cup or stuff like that, but I couldn't even tell you who we're playing. I couldn't even tell you who we're playing next week. England fixtures: Serbia on Thursday and Albania on Sunday at 5. Literally no idea that we were playing them. I didn't even realise we hadn't even conceded a goal in qualifying yet. 6 games, 6 wins, 18 goals, none conceded. That just shows how just disinterested I am. Oh God, let's not talk about Lewis McGugan ever. Well, what about his goal he scored from the halfway line? That were an absolute pearler, that one, weren't it? There we go, Harpo. Alex Myton, that's the one. Can we just chat to ref and just say, ref, can we just blow a whistle now and just move on? Because they just look tired out there. Bannon's having to drop into the back three just to, I don't know, just to marshal the game, just to get a foot on the ball. Ball back to Barry Bannon. Plays it inside to Valerie. Valerie, about 35 yards out, will put it out to Ingleson. Nobody's on him on this right-hand side. Can he get a cross in? Because on his left foot, it's a Valerie now will look to get in on this right-hand side. Ingleson back to again, left-footed, whips it in only to the first man. It comes out to Fazer. Edge of the box. Come on, let's just get something in. The thing is as well, we get the ball into these positions on this right hand side or the left, and they look into the box and they've got nobody to aim for whatsoever, have we really? We haven't, unless Domayofa comes forward. As a cross comes in, just as I say that, the thing is that kind of proves the point there. The ball that comes in has to be low, and we're trying to find gaps in their defence to try and get the ball across. He's brought it in, and Cadamarteri is just trying to get something on it. But what I mean is, we get into an area where you think just whip it in, but there's no point because they've got 6'2" defenders or whatever. It's just going to nod the ball straight away. Whereas, we're looking for Jamal Lowe and Bailey Cadamarteri, and most of the time, the other tall player we've got, Svante, he ain't there to win a header, is he? So when it just looks, it's a bit pointless really to kind of do that. I don't really know how we're going to score goals consistently. I can't say to you, right, if we do this is how we're going to get most joy. It looks like at the moment, just have a shot from 25 yards. That's how Bannon scored on Wednesday. That's how Harry Amasa scored today. But if that's what we have to do, then that's what we need to get in those positions and have a go and have a shot. Ben, 3-1 down on the South Coast, and the Wednesday fans singing their hearts out as usual. Pure class. Yep, second that, Ben. we come to expect it now, don't we, Ben? That good following from the Wednesday fans. The 8-hour round trip down to the South Coast is going to be fruitless, but we all probably deep down we thought that. I know I said at the top that I think we might be able to win. 27,607 fans down at St Mary's this afternoon. Right, come on, get it over halfway. Jan Valery. Right, ball out to his right hand side and Ingleson. He's got Mighton in. He's got Mighton in front of him. No, he hasn't. He's got Fazier. He got Mighton on the brain from mentioning him earlier. Right, Amas and Bannon. Southampton have got all the men back on this left-hand side to Jamal Lowe. Doesn't need to be there. Needs to be in the box. He clips it into the back post. It's too much on it, and it'll go out for a goal kick. Again, but this is the other thing as well. Why is he there? Why is Jamal Lowe out on this left-hand wing? He's been brought on to be a bit of a goal threat, and yet he's playing on the wide left. He's not really known for his crossing abilities or anything like that. If anything, if you are going to play there, you need to be picking the ball up on the halfway line and driving forward on that wing and cutting in and having a shot, not just kind of picking the ball. It's almost like, it's whatever's easy. He needs to be in the box and jostling and poking the ball into the back of the net for me, really. Eddie says if Ugbo scores, we are on the pitch. Yeah. Stephen says England, Fiji, no, we're not. No, not rugby fans in here, Stephen. Unfortunately, filth that. The Wednesday players have all come over to Henrik Pedersen, who's doing a bit of a team talk, as Roslev, the Southampton defender, is receiving treatment. Barry, why is Pedersen allowing him to play out of position? I don't know. I mean, I know I've been banging the drum. I want him to play wide, but like I just mentioned, I don't want him to play wide to cross the ball in. When the ball gets into those positions, you've got your wing backs that can cross the ball. You need to be then, in the 6-yard box to gather up anything that comes your way. Right, I will do the Twitter Spaces at full time if anyone wants to come up and have a chat and have a speak, which is always good if you can. Three minutes to go. Southampton 3, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Looks like it's going to be another game, a game that we don't win. Taking that run to 9 consecutive games now without a win. As the ball comes forward, probing for a fourth. Matt says, Lowe throughout his career has been played wide, though I agree with comments. He's not a cross to the ball. He's not a centre forward. Yeah. What will happen first? Wednesday winning or Ugbo scoring? Well, Ugbo's never going to score, is he? So I'd have to say Wednesday winning a game, to be honest. If you all wondered, our dear neighbours are 0-0 against QPR. Obviously, we take them on in the Steel City derby after the international break. Cross comes in, headed behind for a Sheffield Wednesday corner. Yeah, so as it stands, it'll be the Steel City derby. 23rd plays 24th. Stephen, great show, mate. All the best to you this season. Cheers, pal. Thank you very much. All the best to Southampton as well. It's amazing what 2 wins does, doesn't it? I'm just looking at the league table now. You were what, 23rd or 21st, I think, and 2 wins, and you've shot up to 17th at the moment, and things looking up for you. Bannon probing on the edge of the box, pulls it out to Jan Valery, who gets it clipped in right-footed, edge of the... Iorfa goes for it, he gets there, but not really any conviction on it, really, and the ball goes all the way back to Oven Gloves, who plays it out to Harry Amas. Bannon has it on this right-hand side. Bannon just tips up anywhere, doesn't he, really? He's in the back three, he's playing right wing, he's everywhere, isn't he? Ball headed up in the air. Can we win it? Harry Amas looks to get there. He does. Southampton will blast the ball all the way out, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. Horvath on this left for Max Lowe. Barry Bannon. 6 minutes of added on time. Ref, we didn't need that 6 minutes, did we, to be fair? Look, stranger things have happened, but I'm going to go out on a whim here and say that we are not going to pick up another goal in this one. Bannon, central, hits it left-footed, deflected. It's flicked up in the air, straight into the arms of Gavin Bazunu, who just pings it straight over to Horvath. I've no idea what you were thinking there. Just launched it straight to the keeper. That's got to be a push on Ugbo, but nothing given. Go down, Sean. Max Lowe drills it forward from defence, but it's going to come straight back, and the Southampton player chucks himself on the ground, and lo and behold, it's a Southampton free kick. Matt, will Pierce-Charles be back for the Steel City derby? No, he won't, Matt. Not if it was at the open training session, and he said end of November, which is a little bit too late in it for the United game, unfortunately. Stephen thinks it's going to be 4-1. Well, Southampton do have a free kick. It's a long way out. He's not going to have a shot, but he will look to clip it into the box and see what they can do from it. Free kick's taken, back stick. It's flicked up in the air. Horvath comes and catches the ball. And he's bowled it out quickly to Harry Amasu. Great control by Harry there. There's just nobody to pass to. Southampton have got back so quickly. There was like a potential counter-attack on, but we're just too slow. Either we're too slow, Southampton are just far too quick. It's probably a bit of both, to be honest. I am going to shut this window now, because the bugs will be coming in, like last time. Bannon tries to feed one in, but he's intercepted by Southampton, and Southampton look to come forward. It's a 2-on-1 here, but Harry Amas does brilliantly to get back. But he's just lost the ball. It's got to be a foul, surely. How's that not a foul? He's just all over him. And they come out to his right-hand side. Oh, well done. Well done. Well defended by Ingleson, but the ball's going to come straight back, but it's gone out of play. A reminder as well that we'll be back tomorrow. Myself and Matt Johnson will be talking over what we've seen this afternoon in this defeat to Southampton. We'll also be talking about everything else that's been happening this week as well. Some of the comments that Chris Wigfield made at the Trust question and answer session. Some of the stuff that the Trust mentioned as well. We had the sponsorship of the shorts, which I can't quite see it just yet. Maybe it's a bit too soon for this game, but hopefully they get that sorted for the Steel City derby as we cross it in, and it goes out for a Southampton goal kick. But yeah, we'll be talking about that, of course. We'll be talking about some faces that we've seen as well. Charlie Methven. I think Matt's got some quite strong views on that. He was obviously pictured at the game on last Wednesday against Norwich, so we can talk about him. Obviously, we can't talk about any others because we don't know who they are, do we? But he has definitely been pictured at the ground. I'm sure it's no coincidence that he's there. Obviously, again, talk about the comments that Chris Wigfield said. Kind of rubbish that one, didn't he? Really, with answered with one of his answers to one of the questions. But yeah, tomorrow at 8:00 as Ingleson clips it in, and it's gone the back stick to Jamal Lowe, who can't get there. Yeah. Yeah, so join us tomorrow. That's 8:00 on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to us, please do make sure you do. We're on about 4,200. It'd be great if we could get to 5,000, which would be absolutely fantastic. So do get yourself subscribed so you'll get that notification when we go live, just like everyone got the notification early in the week when I scheduled the question answer for the wrong time. Apologies if you was one of those people that got that one. I'm just checking to see if everyone's subscribed and stuff, which clearly you are. So thank you for all that. Max says, Saints fan, a great show. Good luck for the rest of the season. Thank you, Max. Do really appreciate it. Barry Bannon's got a free kick here down near the corner flag. We're into the last minute of added on time. Can we do something in this final 20-30 seconds or so of this game? Can we get a goal? Can we make it 3-2? Can them fans that have travelled all that way have something else to sing about and dance about? Because they have been fantastic as always. Barry Bannon floats it in. Back stick. No, it's headed away up in the air, and the whistle goes. Didn't even bother waiting until the end of the 6 minutes. He'd had enough. The referees, his missus has texted him. He's got the tee on. She's got the tee on, and that's it. He's off. There we go. It finishes Sheffield Wednesday 1, Southampton 3. I was going to do the Twitter Spaces, but it doesn't seem to be working, which is a bit of a shame. I will try and get that working as I frantically try and tread water at this moment in time. Joe, I am gonna move over. I've been trying something on Discord. I think I am going to move over to Discord next for both the debate show and these kind of live reaction things as well, because Twitter Spaces is just utter dog shit. I'm not gonna lie. It never works. It never works when you want it to. So I'll have to try something a little bit different. Some comments. Danny, thanks, James. Great show. We're all Wednesday, aren't we? Thank you very much. Stephen, thanks so much for today's show. From a Saints fan, good luck to you. Well, we're going to go down, aren't we, really, this season? But hopefully we can do something between now and the end. It's not going to work. It's really pissing me off. The Twitter Spaces, apologies if you did want to come up and speak, but I'm going to have to sack that off, I think, to be honest. The Wednesday fans... The players, have gone over to the Wednesday fans in that corner, giving them a round of applause, which is always nice to see. Let me just put full time on there. There we go. Bidawi says, well done, this is my first time. Thank you very much for joining. Ben, great show, James. We're all Wednesday, aren't we? Andy Marshall said, full time? Yes, you're right, Andy, it is full time. The clock just carried on going for some reason. Barry, well done, the travelling massive again. Get your 3-word match review in. I will send a tweet out, but you can get it in here. What would your 3-word match review of this game be? For me, I think the game just got away with us a little bit, didn't it? You know, the too many defensive mistakes. We made it far too easy. I think Saints had too much quality for us in the end. I think we started to look tired as well. which we're going to, aren't we, really? When you look at the amount of games that we're having to play, it's Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. I know we've got a bit of a rest now, which is welcome ahead of the Steel City Derby, which if you haven't got your ticket for, please do go and get your ticket, because there's a lot of tickets that have already sold for that game. I think they're on general sale on Monday, I want to say. If you have got some points, you can get your tickets now. I'm just having a look now if... So yeah, Monday from 9 o'clock is fans with 30 or more ticket priority points, 20 or more from 2. I don't even say anything about general sale. Are they even going to go on general sale? Do you need 20 points to get a ticket? Is that to stop the United fans sitting in the home end, do we think? I don't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully they open up the bottom of the Leppings Lane end, because it's always nice to see a full Hillsborough, which I'm sure we'll see for this one. The 3-word match review tweet has just gone up. I have just done that for you. If you want to head over and leave that over on Twitter. If you're not following us, it's at WTRD Pod. That's where you need to go. I'm just looking for tickets for the derby, if anyone is interested. Well, the North Stand is all but sold out. There's a few tickets right in the corner. P1, that's P1, not T1, the opposite side, near the Cop. And there's about 6 or 7 blocks with tickets available on the South. Looks like there's plenty available on the Cop for everyone. But yeah, not many tickets left for the derby at all, which is to be expected, to be fair. It's going to be a great atmosphere. We've only given them 2,200 tickets, I want to say, 2,400 maybe, in that Leppings Lane end, which, hopefully that's just the same as what we give them when we play them. It's on Sunday, of course. He's live on, I'm going to say live on Sky, but it's not. It's live on ITV, I think, this one of the games that's been chosen for terrestrial TV coverage. I'm just going to read some more comments out. Morty says, we need that little extra in the final third and strength at the back, and the games wouldn't end this way. Can't wait for a change. Some of these need a rest. Matt said, meh for me. Andy, great watch along, James. Thank you very much. Neville, playing up right back is the problem. Yeah. Ben says, looking at the stats, we've just not got the quality. We're in every game. Yeah, we are, aren't we? We're there or thereabouts. And, I mean, today could have been an absolute hammering, let's be honest about it. You know, when they went 2-0 up, it could have easily got away from us, and we could have, really struggled. But I think the second half, Southampton just, when they got that third goal, they just took the foot off the gas, didn't they, really? Look at the stats there. Yeah, 56% possession in our favour. Didn't really do a great deal with it, did we? 9 shots, only 3 on target to their 7. Hence why they've scored 3 goals and we've only got 1. I think the positives you have to take from it is, 1, Harry Amassa's goal. Thought that was fantastic. I think Ingleson had another good game. We just come up against a team that's just far better than us, unfortunately, which is just a fact of this of this season, really. I'm just having a look at some of the other results. Sheffield United have managed to get a draw against QPR. So that's another game that they've gone without a win. Did Norwich lost in the end? Norwich lost 2-1 to Leicester. 75th minute goal and a 92nd minute goal by Jordan James, winner there. Just a few of the other results. Middlesbrough beat Birmingham 2-1. The only other wins were Ipswich beating Swansea 4-1. West Brom have got a win. Finally, they've beat Oxford 2-1. And Wrexham have beaten Charlton thanks to a Josh Windass penalty. Andy, barring Coventry, we've been in every game this season. I would say Stoke as well. At the start of the season, I don't think we were really in that game. I mean, the two the early goal in the first half and then the equally as early goal in the second killed that game off. I think the Bristol City game as well, we struggled in. But I do agree, though, like that, 75-80% of the games we've actually been in, and on a different day, we'd have got points against, or a win against Birmingham. We'd have beaten Wrexham, last-minute chance by Charlie McNeil, of course. You can point to some other games as well where we could have got something out of them. Just midweek against Norwich, I thought we were by far the better side, and And if Jamal Lowe puts his shoes on the right feet, then we might win that game as well. James Bannon, outstanding at centre half. Yeah, he's too far back, isn't he? Like, I think he does that a bit out of desperation. I don't think he really realises that he's doing it. I know a few people have said that he's much better when he plays there, but again, for me, in a squad that lacks any sort of creativity, you don't need him there to pick out that pass. I think the passes that he's making, you could argue that most of the other players can do that. Certainly where he is. When you get further forward and there's a bit more pressure on you, because teams are just going to let you have the ball. And, again, all right, I know we've got Dom Iorfa there who's not great with his feet, but you get the idea. Like, sure, just go long and win the scraps and win the second balls. I want Barry Bannon further forward. We haven't got any sort of creativity whatsoever, and I think he would give us that. But anyway, look, I'll bang that drum until he's finally gone at some point. Mark, great work as always, James. Going to be a long season for all of us. Yeah, it really is. I mean, again, we've got a bit of positivity to look forward to in terms of new takeover, but I kind of knew this would happen. How long can we live off that positivity? Because it's going to get to a point where, new owner comes in and we are still losing all the time. And I mean, you already see it's already shifted. He's gone now. All the anger was directed at the previous owner. Now he's gone. Is that anger going to be directed elsewhere? I don't know. And the final ticket phase is anyone with a purchase history. Yeah, so 10 well, it won't be 10 points. It'll just be someone that's bought a ticket at some point, again, to stop United fans getting in the home end. James says Ben Hamer with an outstanding save in the last minute for QPR. I didn't really realise Ben Hamer was at QPR, to be fair. So, yeah. Oh, of course, yeah, he is. Never played for us, did he? But clearly getting a few games for QPR. Has he been playing there all season? I've no idea. Can I find that out? Player profile. Oh no, he's only just come in. Come in for this game and made 3 saves. Had a blinder. Danny, how much are the tickets for the Derby game? I want to say £40 to £50, I think they are, for non-members. 30 to 40 for members. Obviously, the cheaper tickets on the Cop, and then £5 more expensive on the North, although there's no tickets left on the North, and then a tenner more expensive on the South as well. Matt, were we actually ever in this game? It didn't seem that way. At kickoff, Matt, we were, yeah. I think that's a bit harsh. Like, I think we went 2 goals down, and yeah, it looked like we were out of it. But I think when we went to 2-1, we had chances in that first half. And then, yeah, I mean, I suppose when it went 3-1 in the second half, it looked like we were in the game because we were getting forward. But actually, Southampton just had us at arm's length, didn't they? Really, they just kept us there, and we struggled to actually get that second goal. Had we got a second and made it 3-2, I dare say that Southampton could have just gone up a notch. But they were pretty easy, weren't they, in that second half for them. James, we've only been battered once. What is a battering? 4 or 5-0. If in that case, yeah, you are right. Bidawi, was the club purchased recently? No, we've gone into administration as of kind of 2 weeks ago now. So there's another 2 weeks until we can actually, or the administrators can accept a bid, and then at that point, we're probably another couple of months off from something actually officially happening and the club changing hands and new owners, and we can look forward. Knack takeover clarification by the Derby would give us ammunition. It would give us some positivity, won't it? Definitely. I think I'm safe to say that they are shit in their pants. They are, they had the takeover. They thought they had the good new owners. They haven't got that. They're down there at the bottom. We're down there for a reason because we've had a shit owner before. They're down there just because they're shit. So, yeah, I bet there'll be a lot of nervous United fans because we've got nothing to lose, have we, really? Like, when you think about it, yes, of course, from a fan's perspective, you've got everything to lose, but purely from a playing perspective, like, we're going into that game as the underdogs, even though they are down there. But like I said, they've got the quality players. I'm sure there'll be plenty of excuses. Tom, same issues as we said under Roll, even with a much worse squad. Quality at both ends. Yep, agreed. Bannon good as ever. Valerie filling in and Ingleson stepping up massively has meant it's just the back and up top. Yeah, you're right. Like, we get into some good areas, Tom, and we just don't have that final bit of quality. That final, and it is fine margins, isn't it? Really, and we just can't do it. James slagging players is going to start. Goodwill fast expiring. Agreed. Yep, totally agreed on that one. We've still got a lot of football left to play, haven't we, until the end of the season, and it's not finished yet by any stretch. You know, we've played 15 games of the season. There's another 31 games left. We're a third of the way in at the moment. So yeah, let's see what happens. Tom carries on and says, Ugbo, Jamal Lowe, Iofa, Palmer have simply failed to step up in the same way that Ingleson has. It means issues at both ends. I mean, I think when you look at like Palmer, for example, probably didn't really expect to be playing as much football as what he has done in these past couple of years. He probably thought he'd be phased out and could probably, retire or maybe even, move to another club, drop down the leagues, go to a Doncaster or a Chesterfield or someone like that and continue playing, because he's certainly fit enough and good enough to do that. But yeah, he's just got to play, and on the whole, he does a really good job. But I think sometimes he just gets found out a little bit, which is no slight on him. It's just fact of life, innit, really. Matt says things can't change until we bring in new or better players, so it'll be a while. Magnet Wigan, it was 0-0 at one point. Yeah, it was. It certainly was. James, we were in it for 8 minutes. Matt, we need to address leaking goals soon after kick-off. It happens far too often for my liking. It's like we switched off, innit, really? I mean, it was a good goal from Southampton, but it was another counter-attacking goal from them, and they were threatening that all game, weren't they? They had quite a few chances where they've broken really quickly, and he's done Palmer all ends up, and it's a really good finish as well from Armstrong. I'm going to stop, calling these players out on the preview show, which, by the way, if you want to listen to the preview shows, obviously there's no point in listening to the Southampton one because the game's just happened. But if you want to listen to the Sheffield United one, I might be doing one or maybe two. I might get a couple of United fans on and let's have a chat and let's hear what they have to say for themselves. I'm sure I'll be ripping them a new arsehole, of course. I'm not going to give them an easy time, but you can hear that over on Patreon, patreon.com/WTRD pod in the week leading up to the Steel City derby. We have got a couple of weeks to wait. Danny, Sheffield Wednesday 3, Sheffield United 0. That's what I'm saying, mate. And if that could happen, that would be chef's kiss. James, 90 odd points to play for. Come on, we can do this. Yeah, we can still. Well, what was that? We'll finish on 86 or something if it's 90 points to play for. Mark the Pitsmore Owl says, nice meeting at the Wadsley Bridge Club the other night. I think we are doing so well that man did to our squad. I thought we would get hammered every week, onwards and upwards. We're all Wednesday, are we? Yes, Mark, nice to meet you as well. You stood up and had a bit of a rousing speech on Thursday as well. James, we gave the ball away in their half and was chasing shadows for their third goal. Knack says, problem is we play a high line with a team that's not good enough. Right, I'm going to end it there. Massive thanks to everyone that's joined us this afternoon. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the result. That's not my fault. It is going to be a very, very long season. Please do join us tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Myself and Matt will be going through this game and everything else to do with Sheffield Wednesday as well. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that. And I will see you all tomorrow. Cheers.